Well, that was an interesting entrance. What's up?
Hello.
Hello, ladies. What's up, everybody? Hey. Happy Monday. Y'all can hear me, right? Okay,
Yep.
good. Oh, man. Just randomly, I like switched the screens and then my browser started like doing this crazy flickering thing. And I was like, oh, shit. But anyway, we're good. We're here. Hey. I know it was. And then it randomly cut itself off. So, God damn it. So Mercury's in shadow. But like, for real. That's a thing. Oh my God. Okay. Yeah. Hey. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Moonday Tarot. As you can see, we have the three fates weaving tonight. Yes. So Michelle came in at the last fucking second. So we were joking that Michelle gets to be the weaver of the past. You're the past fate.
All right, I can do.
Yeah. Rachel's present time, and I'm future because I'm looking at the astrology. But honestly, guys, future's not all it's cracked up to be. It's a lot of anxiety. Okay.
That's true. I'll sit in the swamp of depression in the past, and then you can be anxious, and Rachel will be like centered in here. It'll work out. We'll balance each other out.
Yeah. Perfect. Thanks for being the middle path, Rachel. Fuck, appreciate you. Cheers, bud. Oh man, yeah, dude, giggles all day. What's up?
Yeah, Mario asked if I was ready for giggles, and I was like, yes, I'm getting ready for giggles. So
right. Are you ready for giggles? Yeah. Word. I'm excited. Oh man. Okay. Whew. Let's fucking do this. Okay. Welcome to fucking Virgo season. This week will be interesting, okay? While I was doing my homework for this stream, getting myself ready, doing my notes, making my little slideshow presentation, which I have to add back to the stream because tech things, I realized I was getting like super fucking heady while I was looking at this stuff, and I was going like crazy into the details, and I'm like, every single aspect that the moon is making, I'm going to talk about it. And then I was like, whoa. I'm gonna overload people. Holy shit. So anyway, it's gonna be a good week. It's gonna be a good week. I'll try not to overload you guys, but yeah, please say something if I start getting like way into like the technical shit that nobody understands, because it's shop talk basically. Yeah, please interrupt me because I need help. I need help. Rachel, you are muted, my friend.
Oh, whoops. That's okay. I'm just saying it's an advanced class, so please feel free to ask questions.
Yeah, for real, for real, for real. Yeah, dude. So everybody, welcome Michelle. I'm stoked you're here, Michelle. This is gonna be so good.
Yeah, thank you. I'm stoked to be here. Speaking of like getting lost in the details, I was doing the same thing. I was writing and preparing and reading. I'm like, oh my God, we can do this and that and the other thing. And then I reached out to you, Kaylee. I'm like, all right, wait, let's focus this in. And then I was like, all right, we're good. I'm going to just chill it out because I was feeling the same way because there's so much to talk about. And I'm like, we need to keep it simple. And yeah, there's a lot to say and everything else. So yeah, I was feeling it.
Dude. It's Moonday Tarot, not like fucking masterclass fucking 701. You know what I mean? It's like, whoa.
I don't like masterclass 701, man.
I know, like, holy shit, I slept through all of them. Fuck. So since this is the herbal edition, what's in your tea, Michelle?
I'm actually on chai. I'm drinking chai.
Ooh.
And it's called Dandy Blend. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it. It's basically like a coffee replacement made with like dandelion root and chicory, and there's a few other things in there, but it's like an instant mix. It's awesome. So if anybody out there is trying to get off coffee, it's a really good way to do it because you don't get like the come down from coffee when you're if you have like headaches and stuff. The Dandy Blend seems to mitigate that, but it's just delicious. I'm not trying to get off coffee, or I don't have like a thing with coffee where I feel like I need to leave it, but it's just so good. And it mixes well with chai.
Just taking care of that liver. What?
That's
what?
right, yeah. That Virgo liver.
Are you drinking anything other than water? I mean, H2O is fucking beautiful, so you know.
Well, I have a tincture mixed in. It's kind of watered down at this point, but it was for like allergy stuff.
Nice.
So I can't remember what's in it. Sorry, I'm so bad.
Is it some like cat's claw something or other?
No, but I have been drinking cat's claw, and that really has been like a total game changer. So I've been mixing cat's claw with like the throat coat blend, which I know has marshmallow and licorice and all that stuff that I like. Just because it can really dry you out, and you know, it's like it's stopping all the allergic reactions, but at the cost of being dehydrated. So it's amazing.
Nice. Well, ever since Andy's been on here and said that she was drinking a yarrow mugwort mix, which is fucking genius, and I looked up yarrow. I knew about yarrow's like skin healing properties and how great it was for that stuff. I had no idea about any of the like psychic side of things. So I've got yarrow, goldenrod, ginger, and orange in my tea, and honey. Because honey, why not? Because I need to be sweeter. You know what I mean?
Nice.
Word. Cool. Hell yeah. Cool. I love this. All right. I'm going to open this bad boy back up since it cut out on me. And start my music back up. Please let me know if the levels are too loud or too quiet for the music. It'll take a moment to start there. And then you go get that yarrow. And I'm gonna whip through these. I'm not gonna spend too much time. Because like I said, I'm trying not to overload everybody, because that's really easy to do. Especially in Virgo season with Mars and Gemini. So let's talk about this. All right, so the major big things this week that are playing out for pretty much the entire week is Mercury is opposing Jupiter. All right, that's number one. The other big thing is Mars will be sextiling Jupiter. That's a very honestly, these are significant. And then it says Mars trine Jupiter, but I actually meant not that. Fuck. An error already. I love it. And then at the end of the week, Mars enters its shadow period. So we'll talk about that in a second. So Monday. So already today playing out, there's some interesting things happening. All right. So Moon moved into Libra, where Mercury is, and Moon joined with Mercury. All right. In an opposition to Jupiter. What this means basically is how we're feeling and what we're talking about. A lot of the topics coming up have to do with our relationships, with what is actually fair in relationships. And that's not just romantic stuff, right? Obviously, this is all kinds of one-on-one dealings, business partnerships, right? The people that you work with, your one-on-one friendships. These are the topics covered by Libra. And then opposing Jupiter, I mean, we're talking about haggling. Well, we're also talking about like what is the moral way to go about things, right? Basically, this is I don't know, how do I put this? Because we've got this Mercury and Gemini energy that's been literally aggravating everybody and amplifying places of existing division. With Jupiter in Aries, this is just further amplifying everything like times 100. So when we're talking with people, right, we have this desire to stand our ground and stand up for ourselves and for what's best for ourselves. That's the Jupiter and Aries influence. And in an opposition to this Mercury energy, which is how we think, how we talk, and Moon, how we're fucking feeling about it, Jupiter can blow things out of the water and blow things out of proportion really easily, especially with Mars, the dispositor, it's called, of Aries in Gemini, which is really this argumentative energy straight up. So it could be interesting. This is a lot of big feels today going down about like what do you actually want? Where do you actually want to go? And there's this huge competitive drive, which is again not a bad thing at all. Competition is very healthy, right? Fork in the road season word. Just checking on. What's up, Cheney? Hello, Clartsy. Okay, so anyway, back on topic. The other thing that's happening today, later today, is that Moon will actually be in a trine to Mars. So what that means is all of those competitive feelings, all of those pieces of division, all that shit that's coming up that we're seeing play out in our chat rooms and in real life all over the place. It's just it's coming out. It's coming to a head, basically, where we need to express it and be honest with the people around us. The only downfall of like Moon and Libra, really, the only thing that we really need to be careful of today for the rest of tonight, basically, is just making sure that when we are trying to be fair, when we're doing... It's true. It's literally how we're fucking feeling about it. Oh my god, that's funny. Anyway... While we're trying to be fair with others, with the people around us, right, we want to make sure that we're not being so fair to others that we're being unfair to ourselves. Okay, so that's the biggest thing about Libra, is making sure that you're learning about relationships and how to fucking be fair and equitable, but at what cost, right? So anyway, as we move into tomorrow, the Moon will be trining Saturn. So this is where we take all of our ideas about what's fair and equitable and grind it into reality, basically. Something that I wrote down actually about Tuesday is maybe we can be, over the next day, learning why things needed to be a certain way, right? When certain unfair situations come up, usually there's a reason, and sometimes there's a lesson there. That's Saturn. So tomorrow, it could be really advantageous for people to be reaching out to their community for moral support and stability, reflecting relationships on what we actually fear. Like, what is it that's coming up that you fear? What exactly about the instability right now do you need to talk about? sometimes talking it out can be super, super helpful. That sounds fucking great. Love it. Boom. Okay. But anyway, how can we integrate? Also, there's this interesting thing playing out where the moon is also in as aspecting Venus. And Venus, if you guys were paying attention last week, I'm sure you were. I heard about some situations that went down that really expressed this Venus Saturn Uranus square. But anyway, the moon is aspecting Venus now. So how can we integrate the needs for harmony and peace and all these beautiful Venusian luxury words and fitting in with oh my god, I gotta stop reading the comments. JD, stop it. How can we integrate fitting in and harmony with our needs of being an individual? So it's really, I really see this as this week is basically like trying to work with your tribe, and whatever that tribe looks like, does it allow individual expression, right? So that's really interesting. That's an interesting thing to look out for. Wednesday. The moon, by the way, on each of these slides, I circled the moon so you guys can follow along with it. So anyway, moon moves into Scorpio on Wednesday. Scorpio, as you guys know, is super, it's about the emotional purge, right? When moon moves into Scorpio, releasing, purging, right? This is having conversations around what actually needs to be cut out. Scorpio is also about the merge, right? Intimacy. And Mars is moving into its sextile with Jupiter. So this is actually a beautiful fucking aspect, this Jupiter-Mars sextile. Okay, so that's the orange circle and the red circle. This is a huge boost of confidence, right? A huge morale boost. I wrote a bonding through bravery. I love that. Dude, I love that. That inspires brave conversations with Mars and Gemini, okay? So, but again, all right, because we're having this massive boost to confidence and this masculine energy, all of this all of these polarizing topics and polarizing conversations are probably going to just literally like just go blow up a little bit, all right? Yeah, so that'll be interesting. So with the important thing with Jupiter though is to try and keep the moral high ground, right? So don't sink to other people's levels, right? As things are going down. The other thing about this Jupiter-Mars aspect that's really beautiful that I wrote down here is with the sextile, active participation is needed, right? Things aren't just going to fall into your lap. You have to take some kind of action on it. And you'll know what it is if it's presented to you on Wednesday, okay? But essentially, the important thing about this is to release self-doubt, insecurity, and go for your dreams. Make the negotiations necessary that you need to. Whatever it is that you've been dreaming about, that you've been working towards, release all that self-doubt. Just fucking go for it. Shoot for the moon, okay? Moon tribe. I love you guys. Love it. Thursday. Moon joins with the South Node in Scorpio. I wrote, flush the toilet. Let it go. Fucking let it fucking go. Yep. I think that really sums it up. Every month, okay. The moon moves through Scorpio every month, all right? So this is not like this is a rare thing, right? Literally once a month we have a moon through Scorpio transit, but it's just another like little nudge that you should be paying attention to where the moon is, because it can really help you out if you're suddenly feeling one day, man, I feel like shit. Ooh, where's the moon? So Thursday, this is about letting go and releasing trauma and wounds that are holding you back, that really need to be let go so you can keep building your future, right? It can be extremely helpful to move the body. Okay. Thursday night, I have a second slide for Thursday night. Thursday night, the moon will then square Saturn. Okay, so Saturn really here, how I see this is like karmic cord cutting, right? I'm just gonna leave it at that. Fucking karmic cord cutting, okay? Basically, there's a decent chance Thursday that we'll be having some emotional reactions to things that are outside of our control, right? So there's an intense necessity to let go of something, right? That sums Thursday up. Okay. Friday. Oh man. Oh, I didn't put a slide for this. Moon will actually trine with Neptune before it leaves mother flippin' Scorpio. Basically how I see that is like Friday morning, we'll have an opportunity to see or feel into or through a deception that happened previously, especially with Neptune retrograde. So that's cool. All right. Friday. Moon's in this interesting little square with Venus and sextiling with Pluto. But you know what? I didn't write anything down for that because fuck it. Clearly. See, I got so into my head that I ended up skipping things anyway. So what I would say about that basically is anytime there's a square between Venus and Moon, it's a conflict between comfort and what we want, but not really like that actually being outside of our comfort zone, whatever it is that we actually want to pursue. So it's Venus, and then comfort zone is Moon. So you have to challenge yourself and step out of your comfort zone. That's basically all that's about. Saturday, Moon has moved into Sagittarius. Da, 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 da. In a fun little opposition to Mars. So that's always fun. Moon opposite Mars. Anytime Moon is opposite Mars, basically you can expect things like anger and aggression and all that stuff to be further amplified, or just to be extremely motivated, right? Totally depends on your own personal characteristics. Sometimes I experience both at the same time. It's really weird. But anyway, the thing I wrote down for Saturday was Mercury's in a trine to Mars. Now, this is important because both Mercury and Mars are in their shadow period, meaning that when they go retrograde, they will come from now until they go retrograde. Okay, so from now until the actual retrograde motion begins, all of these degrees we're going to experience a second time. Okay, so Mercury from there will go forward to retrograde, come back, and everything from now basically will be repeating later. So do I need to say that again? I don't think so. But I probably will. Because we're talking about retrogrades, motherfucker. Anyway. Trades, business, deals, contracts, relationships, anything to do with the arts. Okay, that's Libra. Anything to do with wine. Wine is a Libra thing. Bridges. And then Gemini, communications, internet, media, travel. All of these topics are going to go through a reevaluation period. So wherever Libra and Virgo is in your chart, and wherever Gemini is in your chart, you're undergoing an evaluation period, basically. You can think of this as. So you'll be evaluating stuff. This is the long planning phase, right? The other really important thing about this upcoming Mars retrograde that I have to talk about is this is the narrative warfare. Okay, we've been in a narrative warfare. This is nothing new. Expect it to intensify. This is literally a war for your mind. Okay, no jokes. Sunday is the last day of Venus and Leo, and then expect fog, witch, autumn. Sunday, because it's the last day of Venus and Leo, and you can see the moon right there is also in the last degree of Sagittarius. plan something fun to do on Sunday, okay? For the love of God, plan something fun. Whatever is the funnest thing you could possibly fucking think of, do that, okay? Sunday, do something fun. Do something fun. Yeah. So before Moon leaves Sag on Sunday, it'll be squaring off with Neptune in Pisces. And basically what that is we have the deeper meaning, right? That's Pisces versus belief. Yeah, you get a lot of meaning from that, but you know, what is that what you believe? It's really interesting. There's all kinds of perception shifts occurring while we're going through these mutable squares. So anyway, that's see, that sounds fun. Cool. Okay, so anyway, that is this week. All right. Seriously, what is the most fun you can possibly think of? Do that thing. Do it. Do it up. Yeah. Also, yeah. Actually, that's all I got right now. Welcome back, ladies.
That was pretty nice and thorough. I mean, I can already feel these things you're talking about. Yeah, kind of have been experiencing some of that. Yeah, emotions feel high, and that's what I've been kind of just like riding and feeling into. So, yeah.
Word.
Thank you for that.
What was really trippy is I was sitting there writing about the Monday stuff, and then I opened Telegram, and there's like conversations about the things that I was writing, and I was like, this is weird. This is weird. Y'all are tapped the fuck in. Anyway, it was good though. It was good though. And yeah, seeing different narrative adjustments happen in real time is also really, really trippy. Like in the Interverse chat, actually, just over the last couple of days, there have been people talking about Tartaria and that narrative, and people like defecting basically from a narrative, which is a really weird thing to think about. But yeah, that's been a really big topic. Just as an example of this whole Mars and Gemini thing, it's really interesting. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, it's weird. Yay, perspective shifts.
Always necessary.
There's Aaron in the chat. Hi, Aaron. Yeah, but yeah, no, it is necessary. And like the people that are able to openly say, hey, I had a huge perspective shift. I believed this for a really long time, and then this shit happened, and then I saw it this way, and now I'm publicly admitting it, especially people that had a lot riding on their reputation as that like identity. It's mad fucking respect. Huge respect. Love it. Huge respect. So anyway, that's the joke that I made. Gabe, the three fates. I know. Anyway, I love you guys. Thanks for being here. Okay, yeah, dude. Let's go. Let's freaking go. So what we're gonna do? I've got my tarot. Rachel's got her runes. I don't know if she's got any other decks, but yeah. Michelle also has something to talk about before, as like kind of part of the collective reading. So let's do the collective first, and then you could talk about the herbs that you have prepared
for the season.
Yeah, for the season. Okay. Yeah, we'll do that first, so people can kind of like think about that, and then we'll go from there.
All right, sounds good.
Yeah. I'm excited. Also, if you guys are not aware, Michelle is offering consultation services. So hit that woman up, okay?
Yeah, thanks, Kaylee. If you're looking to like expand your knowledge with like how to make certain things, talk about techniques for herbal meditation. I mean, I'm pretty open, but you can go to my website and I have a video on all the things that, I'm open to cover. But if there's something that I don't mention and you still want to find out if I'm down to talk, you should just reach out to me, because I probably will be. But yeah, but thank you for the shout on that one. Very excited to be offering that.
Yeah. I'm excited too. I just love watching people like level up and shit. It's fucking cool.
Yeah, ditto. It's been a long time coming, so it feels like a lot of things are coming to fruition. It's awesome.
Yay.
So are you going to pull a card for the collective and a rune first, or do you want me to just go into herbs?
Why don't you start talking about the herbs for Virgo while we shuffle?
Okay. Yeah, sounds good. All right. So I picked out 2 herbs for Virgo season that could be helpful for just basically kind of like feeling into the season and everything else. And also just wanted to preface, so like everybody has a different constitution. So each herb works different with every person. So I did this with the intention, thinking like you could take the herbs that we talk about, but you can also just like study them, find photos of them, read about them, sit with them. Because if you're not wanting to ingest them, maybe I think that you can still pick up on the energy, even if you're just like focused on them, and that's one of the things that I personally do too sometimes. And sometimes you'll get the benefits. There's like practitioners out there that will literally just have one of their clients like write down the name of an herb and just have that on their person. And people have reported that they can actually it will actually start to just come into their lives in different ways. So just to keep that in mind. So, but my first one that I chose is hops. And the reason I chose hops is because and I have some right here. So we have some in the garden. So I brought some in. So this stuff, the flowers are coming on right now. So super beautiful. It looks a lot like the nervous system, like when it's growing. I mean, if you've ever seen hops grow, they are like so tenacious, and they have like spiny sort of stems. So they just stick to everything. So this is a nervous system remedy. Really helps to induce sleep and also just calm the entire nervous system and the entire body. It is a member of the cannabis family. So it's basically like a cousin to cannabis. So when you harvest hops, you will have like the resin will come off of the flowers. And then once it dries, it creates like an orange powdery resin that separates from the flower. And I like to do tinctures of hops, but you can also dry it and make it into tea. And you can also smoke hops. And I love to mix it with mullein. And it's super calming to the system. So it's one of the things about it is it helps people give and receive with more ease. So whether that be physical things or emotional things or verbal, communication, it's just going to help things come in and out a little bit better. Great for restlessness and anxiety, nervous tension, headaches, and indigestion, which could be something that comes up during Virgo because Virgo rules the digestive system. Another thing is that a lot of people know this, but some don't. It contains phytoestrogens. So, a lot of people will say if you take hops, you're going to like get man boobs or whatever, which, if your hormonal system and your liver is not healthy, it could cause some complications. But if you're taking it like in a small amount and you're not drinking copious amounts of beer that's made with hops or whatever, it's totally safe to do. But just like check in with yourself. If you know you have some like hormonal imbalances or stuff up with your liver, maybe hops wouldn't be for you, but it really is such a beautiful plant. I just really love it as a tincture. And I like to take it before bed. And yeah, it's a great ally that I've really loved. And one thing that I saw while I was researching was a quote that someone had about hops, and it was, it helps one to give from the heart and not from the ego. And I thought that was really beautiful. And that's just something to keep in mind with the hops.
That's beautiful.
Isn't that awesome? I read it and I'm like, dude, that is so cool, because how many times are people compensating, and they just feel like they'll give gifts because, oh, I've done something wrong, I better give someone a gift to make it all feel better. It's like, well, is
Libra,
that
I'm looking at you.
Yeah. Is it coming from a place of love, or is it coming from a place of a bruised ego that just needs to make, quickly kind of like put a Band-Aid on something? So hops is just a beautiful plant for things like that. Second plant I also have to show everybody is blue vervain. And I know Rachel is a friend of blue vervain and vice versa. Blue vervain is a friend of hers. We've talked about this plant together. This is blue vervain. This is the type that we grow in the garden. This was actually highly regarded by Druid priests. And it was like mistletoe is one of the like most important plants of the Druids, but vervain was a very close second to that. It has a long history in European folk culture, whether that be magic or medicine or just, folk like community herbs and community herbalists and witches just really revered this plant. It is super bitter, so not the best to have for tea. Although, and Rachel can speak to this, there are ways to make it drinkable, but it's definitely not the first way I would do it. I think a tincture is the best way to go with the vervain, and you can do an alcoholic-based tincture. You could do apple cider vinegar. You can also make this into a tincture using vegetable glycerin. That's another way to do it. So this creates a cleansing flow through the liver, and it helps purify the kidneys as well. I look at these little stems and I look at them almost like pipe cleaners. So it's like, that's a doctrine of signature with this. So it's going to go into the tubular parts of like the kidney and the bladder and all that stuff that's connected, and kind of help to clear it out and just bring cleansing to it. Yes, more bitter. This is your friend if you want bitter, man, because it's shocking. I've made tea in the middle of the night because I couldn't sleep, and it was like, oh God, I'd rather not sleep because it's so freaking bitter. But it's beautiful for anxiety, feelings of panic. I mean, super just acute anxiety. Vervain can be really great. It can ease mental tension, also spasms within the intestines, as well as like the neck and the shoulders. So if you have, you're feeling kind of like shaky or something like that from nervousness, blue vervain would be a friend to you. And strong-willed folks. This can help a very just like overzealous, strong-willed person that overworks themselves to exhaustion. Vervain is your friend, because it just can like calm you in such a gentle way, but it's super potent. It has a square stem, which indicates that it's a mint. And yeah, most of the mints are super calming. And a lot of the mints, just because it's a mint doesn't mean it's actually minty. That's one of the cool things about it. It's a huge family of plants. So if you're looking for nervines and like really calming plants, the mints are a really, really great place to start. And that's what I've got for all y'all with the Virgo herbs.
Nice. You know what's kind of funny? I bought a bunch of medicinal seeds, right? I was like, oh, I'm gonna get all the plants. And I planted vervain, but I forgot what it was for. I was just like, yeah, this is the next one that I'm gonna plant. I'm gonna grow some vervain, yeah. And then started growing, and I'm like, oh, this is so cool and pretty. I forgot what it's for, and then I was gonna look it up, but then you brought it up, so thank you. Thank you for that. And Gabriel wants to know if you could smoke it.
You could try. I feel like almost any herb is smokable. Is it going to be pleasant? Nah, that's another question.
I can do a lot of things.
You can try anything once.
It's true. You never know. But I've been surprised. Some of the smoke blends I've seen, like what people throw in there, and then you try it, and it's like, oh wow, it's actually very pleasant. So yeah.
Word. I have not smoked mullein yet, but that's on my list. I have it growing. It's in its first year and it's beautiful. Those leaves are like fucking. Anyway, dude, that was beautiful. Thank you so much. Hops and vervain. Everybody go look up hops and vervain. That's exciting. I love that. Yeah, dude. Cool. Well, I pulled some cards. They're interesting. They're interesting cards.
You're making a face.
You're making a face. I'm worried. Should be. Just kidding. It's not that. Well, okay. So, so the first one that came out for cards. Okay, I'm gonna do the same. Oh, this is weird. Okay, anyway, the first one that came out was the Three of Cups. How is your community right now? How you doing for community? Speaking of hops, when was the last time you shared a drink with friends? You know what I mean? For real. For real. Here's the thing though. Two other cards came out. We got Death and we got the Magician. So that's interesting. This is a Mercury card in this deck, by the way. All right, we're headed into a Mercury shadow and a Mars shadow at the end of the week. When a planet goes through a retrograde period, okay, what happens is it stops and then it crosses the path of the sun and essentially it goes to die in the heart of the sun. It goes through a rebirth period. Okay. So this is literally Mercury warning you, hey y'all, we're about to go through a big rebirthing here. So pay attention. With the Three of Cups, though, this is kind of interesting because it's like our community members, our friends, the people that help us feel safe and comfortable. They're going through the same kind of energy, right? They're going through the same kind of bullshit. There's a lot of things that need to be cut off and purged. And like Michelle mentioned, Virgo is the intestines. Scorpio is the sphincter itself, but the intestines, that's Virgo. So like, how's your gut health? And when's the last time you did some enemas and shit? You know what I mean? Like literally. Literally. Then the other thing here with the Magician coming out, when we're going into retrograde periods, this is a time of inward reflection. Okay. Literally revisiting things, analyzing things, reworking things, planning, etc. The Magician is a very precise individual. He knows that things have to be placed perfectly in order for the spell to work, right? That's how he manipulates reality. So maybe there's some really serious stuff that needs to be looked at very deeply that maybe you've been avoiding. That this inward focused period is not a bad thing at all. And it's nothing to be afraid of. It's nothing to be afraid of. This looks like a scary card, but everybody has a skeleton, okay? That's not that scary. Okay? Everybody has a Saturn. So take your time this week. Chill out a little bit. Literally, chill out a little bit. And allow what needs to be let go to be let go. Basically. Straight up. Oh, nice.
It has a skeleton.
Green hops enema.
Oh no.
How about you report back to us on that one, Logan?
You can try it.
Yeah, it's like fresh hops beer. It's like a big thing. It's like fresh hops enema. Fresh hop enema.
Oh my gosh.
You know what? Do a sway test. That's all I gotta say about that.
Keep a journal.
Keep a journal. Keep a log. Yeah. Yeah, that's very Mercury too, right? Keep a journal.
Yeah.
What runes do you got for the collective, Rachel?
I only picked one.
Okay, one is good.
Well, okay. So I should have known it would be this one because earlier I was looking at Galder and how it related to tones and the human body. And I was listing off the runes and then I got stuck. I'm like, what am I forgetting? This one, Firtho, which is an enigma to many. Some think that it looks like the birthing position. Or, maybe these are arms up here. It's the spine and those are legs. Who knows? It could be anything. It can be a cauldron or a cup. It can be an ear that's listening. It can be all kinds of things. So really, I think one thing that comes to mind with Pertho and all the Virgos that I know, you either love mystery or you despise it. Most of them despise it because they like the details. That's Pisces. But also, it's loving that mystery and loving to explore the mystery and revealing the mystery. That's the excitement, right? When you're learning something new. When you're cleaning something, you get to see what's underneath. Chipping paint is like some of the best therapy ever. Like, oh, look what's under. How cool. Making things new. If it's about birthing, it's making things new. What are you making new about you? I believe it. It's like, you want to know. You want to know all the juicy details about all of that. So that's what I have for you, collective, is maybe either be content with some things being unknown or reveal them and give birth to you. What about you are you hiding here? If we're talking about community, are you going to be this enigma all the time? You can't really build community with something you can't know or see. People are really uncomfortable around that.
Facts.
Yeah, they're like, even animals, guys. So, let yourself be known. Let yourself shine. You're here to do that. And Virgo does it in such a really beautiful way.
Beautiful.
That's awesome. I love the ear. I've never heard anyone say that about Pertho, but that's beautiful.
Yeah. Thank you. Just one day I thought it looks like a mouth talking, or it can be listening.
Yes.
It's receptivity.
Yeah, totally. Because I always think of it as a pouch, and it's like receiving. And so the ear receives. Yeah, that clicked in right when you said it. I'm like, yeah, that's good stuff. Yeah.
That's funny. I think of the Three of Cups when I pull Perth.
Ooh.
That's what I think of. I love that. Nice.
Right.
The Van Gogh rune.
Van Gogh rune. Oh, Van Gogh.
Sad. Cool. Heck yeah. Weird. All right, ladies, more giggles. I'm just kidding. Like I'm the giggle taskmaster. I take that back. You do what you want.
Giggle more.
Okay. I love that you brought up the Pisces Virgo axis. So, oh my God. But yeah, I love that you brought up the Virgo Pisces axis because none of the signs operate in isolation. They're on an axis. There's 12 signs, but really it's 6 pairs. Right? And I haven't studied hardcore into medical astrology, but what I have learned is that often if there's something going on, it can manifest on either or both sides from where like the transit or the planet is. So what's really interesting about that, that's just really interesting in general, but with Pisces and Virgo, like we said, is the intestines. Pisces is the feet. We absorb a lot of shit through our feet, don't we? We can detox a lot through our feet too. So that's fascinating. Anyway, that's about all the thought that I put into that, but just wanted to throw that out there. And also, sorry, I did the other thing. The physical spiritual connection. Chance talks about this a lot. how you start cleaning up your physical, right? Like literally cleaning and addressing your gut health, spiritual things start happening, right? And sometimes physical blockages, literally, can block spiritual stuff too. So that's another like really interesting kind of like axis thought that I had while preparing for today. Chortles are acceptable.
They're okay.
They're okay.
What's a chortle? I have no idea what a chortle is.
Like it's like a, I don't know.
You
I
have
don't
to
think
do
I
it
can do it
now.
on command. I don't know if I can do it. It's like a laugh, snort thing.
Okay.
Andrea, you're gonna have to do it when you come on. Okay, that was too relaxing. I needed to turn it off. Roman, it's too relaxing. Just kidding. That was beautiful. Okay. It's like when you choke on your chuckle. Chortle.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Snort, choke. Yeah. Logan.
Snort of jokes? Is that like a new?
You said this last week too, Logan. You can keep your chocolate milk, okay? Do whatever you want, all right? Oh man. All right. So Pisces. You know what? I'm not going to break down anything about the astrology this week because I feel like I talk about too much. And we need to get into the gut, into the intuition. So I didn't prepare anything for the individual signs unless something comes up in the cards and I'm like, okay, we got to talk about that. So that's just where we're at today. And that's funny because thanks, Aaron. You're right. Pisces. I don't even know what to say right now, except that you got temperance. So for you, Pisces, when we're talking about temperance, Pisces has as an archetype. Yo, check it out. What's underneath? Yo, Leo. Okay, that's cool. Okay, so wow. All right. Definitely. Okay, so Pisces. Sorry. Here we go. How's your escapism doing right now? Are you escaping a lot? Do you need Rachel? Do you need to like temper that a little bit? But also, are you shaming yourself for when you do drop into that kind of behavior? You can also be careful with the shame and blame type stuff. But when when I say do something fun, do you automatically think of escapism, or do you think of something that's creative and like beautiful and like aesthetically pleasing, or do you go straight to like video games and like alcohol and marijuana and whatever? Yeah, so temperance as an energy. Anything difficult that's coming up, right? There's a lot of mutable squares going on. So anything difficult that's coming up, you're meant to take that energy, that frustration, that anger, all of that crap, and channel it into something that's useful and wonderful. So do that. And I think that you have the ability to. It's there. It exists. That spice, that zest for life. Take it and channel it into something that's fantastic and of benefit to humanity. Okay. But like a little bit of video games is okay, but like just don't overdo it. That's all.
Little bit. Well,
Love you, Rachel.
it's fine. I just, I won't play games too much. Busted.
Sorry, bro.
It's fine. I get so bored so fast. I'm like, there's no way I can do this anymore for so long, I'd rather be doing other things.
I literally had this conversation with somebody like last week where it was like, yeah, I would really love to play games, but every time I sit down, I get this like existential dread. Like there's something better that I could be doing with my time here.
Yeah. And then I look at like all the design and like it's so beautiful. I can make my world like this if I want. Like
Right. Yeah.
it might take more
Exactly.
effort. But, I can have it.
You can.
Totally.
You can. Word.
So yeah. Anyhow. Pisces, you get Lagos.
Of course they do.
Yeah, that was my thought. I was like, oh, duh. So the depths of the depths. Are you hanging out down there too long? Like you need a fish hook to get you out? Or are you sailing? Because this rune also looks like the head of a ship. It can be a flag, but usually it's the head of the ship moving forward, sailing over the depths. I think a big thing that comes up with this axis is not just attention to detail, but also not being hyper focused on the detail. If you're afraid of sea monsters, you are never going to go to sea. If you're afraid of all the details, you're not going to look at them. Or you might look at them too much and never come up for air and share them. Because that's ultimately what you need to do. Is you go down and you find things and you say, hey, look at this. This was in the depths. Who knew?
Nice.
Awesome. All right, so I'm going to correspond with Kaylee's card with the Herbal Tarot that I have. It's like one of the OG Herbal Tarot decks. And so the Temperance card in this deck is Echinacea.
Ooh.
So echinacea, a lot of people know for, immune system health and things like that. One of the things I always think about echinacea with, though, is like it is super, super hardy. If you've ever, worked with echinacea as a whole flower and you like work with the pistil of it right here, the cone, it's basically known as cone flower. When you touch it, it's like it's not necessarily spiky because it's like it has blunt edges to it, but it's just super, super hardy. I think it's really good for working with polarities and to kind of transmute energy as well on an energetic level. And then I have the book of this deck, and each card has an affirmation, so I can read that if we like.
Yeah.
To bring a little more clarity. So through artistry and daring, I create new visions for myself.
Boom.
I love that.
This is the best already. I love it.
Right? Since we're doing a health thing, can I share what I found on Galder?
Okay. Yes.
Okay, so I basically took the tones that you can use for your organs in Qigong and matched them with the runes. So there's a lot of overlap because some of the sounds are very different, and there's at least two where you just have to use a different sound, but it's close enough. So for Pisces with Lagos, you actually have, let's see, I came up with the heart and your circulation. So for heart, you have the sound of so Lagos. And that sound is for the circulation, and that brings harmony. So your heart has to do with joy and sorrow. And what you're working on is getting your heart moving and circulating joy and sorrow. And you're harmonizing your whole thing with Lagos, with the depths. That's what you do. That's what the purpose of that deep water is for your heart. So those are tones that you can use for Lagos. And the organs that go with them.
Of course, Lagos came out. Of course it did.
See?
It's a huge, major, insane sync for me on a personal level that I can't share it yet because it's about something that's artistic that I can't spill the beans on yet.
See, that's proper timing too.
It's funny. I'm like, yeah. Anyway, that's crazy. That's some crazy shit. Aquarius. Aquarius.
Love is
It's a new song. It's a new song every time. You're gonna change it up a little bit. Oh man, okay, I'm gonna talk about the astrology. Okay, so Mars in Gemini for you, Aquarius. This is spicy. This is spicy. I like it. The fifth house, by the way, is like fun and children and art things and romance, passion, risk, play. Mars in the fifth house, that sounds like a lot of fucking fun. Okay, sweet. If you have issues coming up here, the retrograde period is going to allow you to like really look really deeply at those things, right? So those themes, like how's your relationship with risk? Do you take too many risks? Mars in the fifth house, you might make more of those risky decisions with like speculative investments, by the way, stuff like that. That's what I'm talking about. Games of chance, gambling. Um, but this is one of those places where you can take that Martian energy and channel it into something beautiful and creative, just like the Temperance card with Pisces, right? So anyway, shh, it's not the same song. I sing it different. Shut up.
But the remix version, you know, no big look, whatever.
Slightly different. There's enough variety.
He's just big mad because he's Aries and he's got to wait. Oh man. Oh man. Yeah. Okay. If you have a rune, you could go. I have not shuffled yet.
Okay. So I have Algaze in reverse.
Oh, snap.
And
Snake
this one's
snap.
related to the heart. With that, upright. This is Freya's rune. It's a rune of protection. It's also the world tree. One of the runes that's a world. I think there are several, but this one is protection. This one looks more like the branches going up. Joy, looking forward, moving forward, thinking forward. Down here, we're too focused on our roots, maybe. Getting caught up in things, Aquarius. It's tripping up your heart. Because are you able to express and have the pleasure that you need when you're too down here, looking at the past and the sorrow and the pain and the hurt? Which is good to do if you're healing your heart, right? But at some point, you have to say, what am I looking forward to? So to work with Algaze, Aquarius, it's Algaze, like
I like that. Cool. Interesting. Algaze reversed. So I got the 9 of Cups. The 9 of Cups. This is beautiful. This is pleasure. The title of this card is the Lord of Material Happiness. This is the middle deacon of Pisces, ruled by Jupiter. So quite literally, this is like exactly what I was talking about with Mars in the 5th house, where there's the potential for like lots of fun and pleasure and creativity and passion. Passion. Okay. Underneath, we got the Princess of Wands. So there's that passion, like fucking wow, light a fire under your ass or what. So that's actually really fantastic. What exactly? Yeah, like if you are stressed out or worried about something, you know what the 5th house can be? It can be vacations. Maybe you need a fucking vacation. just saying. Just saying. Go take a vacation, all right? You need it. Yep.
Nice. All right, so 9 of Cups in the Herbal Tarot is Squavine, which I have to say I have not worked with very much, but I will read the little insert, just the spiritual properties of this herb. So this herb will inspire self-confidence, especially regarding the capacity to share oneself physically with another. There will be a feeling of a greater connection with the Mother Earth and an inner acknowledgement of the fruitfulness and abundance that she provides for her children. Squavine. So yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, pretty nice. I mean, like I was gonna say, it's just like you can't know every single herb. So, like I like with this deck, it's just it is pretty beautiful because a lot of the connections that they make, especially the spiritual ones, I've found are really satisfying and usually are very helpful. At least that's what I've found anyway, working with it.
What's the affirmation on
Oh yes.
Squavine?
Affirmation. I share my visions and feelings with those to whom I am close. So I think like, yeah, the openness, that heart connection, working on that and not being afraid to stand in your truth and speaking your mind, especially with the ones you're closest to. And that's sometimes the hardest. Sometimes it's the hardest to be that way with the people you're closest with, which is very interesting, but makes sense all at the same time.
They have the most potential for pain
Yes.
because they know all your dirty secrets.
Yep.
Or just your buttons, whatever.
Yeah. Disappointment, all those fun things.
Yeah. Interpersonal dynamics are so fun, Capricorn. Okay, Capricorn. All right. Gemini, 6th house. All right. Mars stationing in the 6th house. We talked about this. This is about your routine. This is about your health, healing. The 6th house, something I didn't mention last time about the 6th house. The 6th house can be our work routine, right? I may have talked about this, but with Mars stationing retrograde, is what you're doing fun? Is it actually fun? Is it fun? Gemini wants fun. So is it fun? Or is it more of a toil? Because if it's a toil and it's something that you feel like you have to drag your feet on, chances are with the Mars retrograde, you're probably going to be reevaluating how much energy you're putting into different things if it feels like it's a huge drag. Right. And I mean, in Capricorn, you're in it for the long haul. You're dedicated for the long haul. It's very Capricornian, very noble. But if it feels like a toil, it's going to cause sickness. So be aware of that.
Go.
The star just came out. So that's fun, actually. That's pretty cool, actually. That's pretty cool. I like that. Oh, shit, with the 2 of cups. Oh, okay. Capricorn. What you got up your sleeve? That's cool. This is neat, actually. So the star can be like being a little bit eclectic, being a little bit weird, being your own individual, not following the crowd. And that is how you shine as a star. You don't shine if you're the same as everybody else because you're one homogenized whole. Okay. If everybody's got blue hair, does blue hair make you unique? No, it fucking doesn't. Okay. You know what I mean?
But this shade of blue.
Yeah.
Mine's mauve. Okay. But yeah, anyway. But not. The star is cool. Okay. So something that I mentioned about the Jupiter Mars sextile, where it was like follow your dreams and let go of the insecurities. Something that Capricorn is notorious for is being really like guilt ridden and like not sure of themselves because that Saturnian energy is like, yeah, but how much work have you done? You need to let go of that and just step into, allowing yourself to be a little bit more free. And it's okay to be a little bit shiny. So embrace that shine. And if it's flowing, let it flow. If it's flowing, let it flow. Don't overthink it. That's all.
Nice. Rachel, you want to go?
I can.
Yes, go for it.
Okay. Gibbo.
Ooh,
what the fuck?
That's awesome.
That's cool.
Too perfect with what you were just saying. You gonna sacrifice some things for your happiness, I think, because this is related to the spleen. Gabo, Gabo. Oh, the spleen carries around worry and concern. Are we too concerned to do some things? Maybe you should let that worry go. Because as soon as you let that go and you put your trust out there, that's when you get the gift. It's that surrender. Let that be your sacrifice during Virgo season. Be your high priest, be your high priestess. That's your sacrifice, that's your ritual. Yeah, go with that flow.
Hilarious.
Gebo.
Gebo.
Think about your spleen when you say it.
Gebo.
Feel like
That's funny. Oh my god, that's friggin' hilarious. I'll be back. I gotta go. What the fuck? Anyway.
This is beautiful, actually. I mean, I am a Capricorn, and this is lining up like super, super perfectly with just the energy I've been going through right now. So interesting. I love the star card. Well, I just got back from a camping trip, and we were like in the river and stuff like that. And I just kept thinking, like, this is totally star card. And it was just a girls trip. So it was just like, I was like watching us go into the river and back and forth. And I had this moment where I'm like, this is total star card stuff. And it was just very, very real. And my friend had pulled the star card. Like, some of my friends pulled some cards like earlier in the day. And when I mentioned that, she goes, I pulled the star card earlier. And she didn't say like what card she got. I'm like, what? So it was like in the air. So very interesting. And my big takeaway from that trip was go with the flow and allow things to just keep going, because I kept thinking, when you leave this campsite, the river is going to continue to flow at every second. When you're not here, it's still flowing. So be the river, be the stream. Yeah.
I love that.
Star card in the Herbal Tarot is Skullcap, which is actually one of the herbs I picked out for the duality that we were going to talk about later. So this is perfect. Skullcap is freaking amazing for anxiety. It's really great for helping people sleep. One of the descriptors of Skullcap when you use it fresh in a tincture is it literally feels like you might have like taking it, you can put like almost like a wet cap onto your head. It really just brings down any headiness, any like high anxiety of spinning thoughts and things like that. Super wonderful for people who are going through withdrawals or trying to overcome an addiction. It's just really potent for that as well. I just think it's a really beautiful plant. It goes super well with the star card. And this is one of my favorite cards. Really, if I'm being honest. And so where did I put the book? So on this one for the star card, the affirmation, sorry, I should have grabbed this when I pulled the card. Star card. With peace and calmness in my heart, I am open to the inspirations that flow within me. And then Two of Cups is Uva Ursi, which is also known as Kinnick. It's also known, it's a bear medicine. So it has a lot to do with helping digestion of fats. But one of its main medicinal properties is for the bladder and to help clear infection in the bladder or irritation. It is super high in tannins. It makes a pretty decent tea. I really like it as tea, actually. But this is a great remedy to have around to let things flow. So if you are having bladder issues or urinary tract issues, Uva Ursi will help the flow to happen. And tannins they're tightening. And so it's more of an astringent herb, which will help the bladder to kind of contract and have more fluidity run through it. So very beautiful pair here.
I like those. I like those together.
Yeah, me too. It's really nice. And if we want the affirmation for Two of Cups, I recognize the spiritual strength and power that is created from our union.
That's really good.
It's a good one.
I like that. Nice.
Very
Don't
nice.
fuck it up, Capricorn.
I'm like, all right, let's go.
Don't fuck it up.
Don't fuck it up.
No
Hold on to
pressure.
that.
No pressure.
It's funny because it's Capricorn. Not. That's hilarious. Oh my god. Yeah, dude. Mario's making fun of the art on my deck.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of bustedness in that.
I fucking love this deck though. It's so
It is
fucking
great.
good.
Oh, it's awesome.
It never lies to me, okay? It never lies to me. But yeah, the women are pretty fucking rough. I'm not gonna lie.
It's kind of interesting. We'll always trip out on that because it is a powerful deck and there's a lot going on. But we're like, what the heck? But some, you know,
they rushed some cards. They rushed them. She was probably doing acid or something.
hopefully. I hope she's doing acid.
What is happening?
Look at her face though.
Oh no, dude. Oh.
We all have those days, okay?
That's like post bender, you know what I'm like? Whoa, that was a really good camping trip, you know what I mean?
Oh my god, that's
It was
awesome.
one of those camping trips. It was a whole defrag, let me tell you.
That's that face where you're like, do you still love me?
Yeah.
It's day 4. Your makeup's like fucking everywhere.
Melting off. Wow. I kind of forgot how bad some of those cases are. Oh, okay.
I just ignore that. I'm like, it's powerful. Shut up. Doesn't matter.
Queen.
Oh my god. Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah. We'll just ignore that. Don't worry about it. It's not the most glamorous YouTube deck, okay? Ooh. So if anybody wants to buy me a new deck, I mean just saying. Oh shit, Sagittarius. Okay, so Sag relationships. All right, we talked about this last week. We talked about it the week before. It's gonna be a big topic for the next 7 months. Mars in your relationship house, yay! I mean, this could be good. This could be super good. But you know, anything that's happening right now and at the beginning of September is going to be a theme that's repeating that you will need to be looking at. Plain and simple. That's pretty much it. But your ruling planet Jupiter being in Aries is fantastic. I mean, is retrograde right now, okay? So chart ruler being retrograde is basically like this period, okay, for everybody, but Sagittarius and Pisces definitely. This is about turning within, okay? Anytime we have a lot of planets retrograde, your chart ruler especially, it's about turning within, looking inside. So, with that, and with Mars turning retrograde and with Jupiter in Aries, what I would say is if you have a lot of really crazy stuff coming up in relationships, whether it's like confrontation from like literally confrontation from like someone that you consider, I mean, open enemy is such a harsh way to put it, but like someone that's like openly confronting you, that's first and 7th house. So if something like that is going on, or you're experiencing upheaval in your romantic life or whatever, all of these retrograde planets are asking you to look within to see where it could be reflecting or hooking into something in you. Now that doesn't mean that everybody you run into that is like angry is just reflecting anger in you, but it could be, you know. I had something really interesting happen where my sister made a comment to me, and it wasn't meant to be cruel or mean in any way. Um, and I reacted to it, and I had to talk to her about it. But the only reason why I even had an emotional response to it is because I had a fear inside that that was true, right? So if this is happening and somebody says something to you and you react and there's like an emotional response, really check inside to see like do I think that that's true? It doesn't have to actually be true, but if you think it's true or if there's a subconscious belief that it might be true, that's where the reaction actually comes from. So just keep that in mind.
That's great advice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's important.
Hashtag facts. You can send me that. That'll be fun. Anyway. Oh snap! Kate Sag like not half the deck shit. Come on, man.
Right.
It's okay. Clearly, Sag has a lot to say. Shut. Oh, I missed it. We'll get there. Just curious, did what Michael have to say tie in with what I just said? And yeah, Rachel, if you've got a rune, go ahead.
Oh, well, I have two because one of them just decided to appear before I picked.
What? Small but mighty. Is it like Chucky's doll? Like I don't know.
No. Hate those. Sorry, not sorry. So the first one that was just out and appeared was Hagalaz, which is hail. Hail is not a good time. It can wreck your plants. But it's also hell. And she's Loki's daughter. She gets a bad rap. She's been demonized. She's that in between worlds, life and death. Also represents the past, time-wise. So what also came out was Tuaz. Justice, the story about Fenrir and Tyr. Are you afraid that love is going to hurt you? You know, when you're looking at open enemies, that would be Tyr and Fenrir, right? We're friends, but only to a point because I'm going to bind you up and not be friends. So this is related to the heart. And with Tuaz, you can use the E kind of sound. So that also addresses the kidneys with fear. So this is Hagalaz, that heart center, bringing out the joy and not the fear. Tiwaz. So release that fear because Sagittarius, you're supposed to be bold and fun. And you know what? The thing is with hell, do you really think that love is going to hurt you? Do you think that when you pass, it's going to be awful? Why would it be awful? Why would it be awful? You came in with joy. Why wouldn't you step back into it? It would only be because you're looking at the past. If you're this wolf that was bound and you're looking and you're so focused. If anyone knows the story of Ragnarok, Fenrir does not eat Tyr, which is a big deal. He eats Odin, the one who was afraid. Tyr fed his friend. If you're feeding your friends, you have nothing to fear.
I fucking love that. If you're feeding your friends, you got nothing to fear, but also that tied in perfectly with my cards. What the fuck? So we got, oh man. Okay, we got Okay, we got the 6 cups. All right. There's all that. There's that past energy. Juicy, isn't it? Juicy. What's underneath though? We got the 5 of cups underneath. So sometimes we self-sabotage, right? If we're worried and we're like, yeah, this is a pattern that's repeated before. I've seen this before. I recognize it. But it's like not actually that pattern playing out. And you're just like reliving shit in your head that's not actually happening in real time. It's something from the past. You can create that same thing, right? So there's definitely something here about needing to release something that is emotionally weighing you down and moving past it. What I like about the 6 of Cups, I mean, if that's not true for you, Sag, and you're like, okay, I didn't resonate with any of that. What I like about the 6 of Cups is, alternatively, this could be moving on from something past, right? Some grief that's been weighing you down, moving on from that and finding something beautiful, something that's equally balanced, something that is deeply intimate and trusting. So if the first scenario didn't fit, flip it, and that's you. Also, not gonna lie, as soon as you're like, do you think love's gonna hurt you? I'm like, what is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, right. I was waiting for that.
I'm worried my headphones are gonna fall off. Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
6 of Cups is watermelon.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah, watermelon. The seeds can actually be used medicinally for bladder health, just moving anything when it comes to any system, all the systems that are connected to our bladder and flushing and everything like that. Watermelon is very cooling, and that is one of its main properties, and water in its name. So a lot, just even like in your card, Kaylee, just seeing the water pouring out. So kind of just allowing, again, kind of, I look at it kind of like allowing things to flow. Anything having to do with urinary health, there's always something with flow, whether there's a blockage or it is flowing well. Maintaining that flow is what's most important about urinary health. Affirmation for that: lovingly I give, and lovingly I receive the gifts of our friendship. So again, the back and forth, that like continuous movement, 5 of Cups is horsetail. Horsetail is a Saturnian plant, high in silica, super great for the bones, the teeth, hair, skin, and nails. In here, we have there's a fertile, and there's an unfertile horsetail. And this one looks like it is the fertile horsetail. So that's kind of interesting. I wonder if they have anything to say about that in the deck. But again, this is another way to help clear things out. Horsetail grows near and sometimes in water. So it really loves water. It has the ability to absorb nutrients from the water and the soil that most plants can't absorb. And that's one of the main properties of it. And the affirmation: from my losses, I gain the experience to create a brighter tomorrow.
That's beautiful. That ties in so well, because kidneys are water, the water element.
Yeah, that's great. That. Yeah. This is really fun. I'm really loving this flow with doing this. And I'm really liking that you're incorporating the sounds of the runes. That's really important. And sound, as we all know, and chants out there will know too, but just the amazing ability it has just to sit and like hum, can really just change everything.
Yeah, I like working with the plants too with this. Like that's a deep part of the practice and the magic,
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, this is super fun. Digging it.
Um,
I've heard of this, Chance.
watermelon and popcorn. Watermelon.
That's funny, man. Oh man, when I
Watermelon
was
and peaches. I
that's
don't
a
know.
good one. When I was in high school, I did a lot of musicals and stuff. And if you were like in the background or whatever, and you're just a kind of like an extra, the director would always have you saying rutabaga, like you'd be like
Rutabaga, that's the other one.
rutabaga, like mouthing it because it would look like you were saying multiple different words. So that's funny that you did watermelon. That's a good one. Because your mouth moves in like all these different ways when you say watermelon.
Watermelon. Rutabaga. I forgot what the other one was. That was it. That was it. Love it. That's beautiful. You guys are the shit. Also, Stacy says that she loves chewing on young horsetails. That sounds cool.
Oh,
Okay. That's fun.
yeah, the young ones are. It's important to get them when they're young because although it can help with urinary stuff when they're young, but when they're later in the years, it can actually produce things that can be irritating to the system. So that's definitely a very important point with horsetail, for sure.
Also, elephant shoes,
Oh,
olive juice, elephant shoes.
Shoes.
You've never heard of that one? Come on. Sorry.
no.
Michelle's dropping serious herbal wisdom, and I'm like, elephant shoes.
No, it's all good, man. Yeah, this is awesome. Dude.
I swear to God, I'm sober. I swear to fucking
Oh,
God.
I believe you, man.
This is baseline, Kaylee. She's crazy. Just kidding. Scorpio. Speaking of crazy.
It always flows right in. It always flows right in.
Last time it was revenge. Today it's crazy. I'm just kidding, Scorpio. You're not crazy. Please forgive me. Don't kill me. Just kidding. Haha. So Scorpio. Oh man. Well, okay. You know what? Honestly, Scorpio, your chart ruler is in shadow period and about to go retrograde. Yeah, modern astrology uses Pluto. Blah 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 blah. Guess what? Pluto moves so fucking slow. You can't really use it in the same way, and it's not as effective. I literally, I was talking to somebody today that has a lot of Scorpio energy, and Mars triggered something in their chart, and it played out last night. It was fucking crazy. So anyway, use Mars. It works. Trust me. So anyway, your chart ruler is about to go retrograde. It's really important that you pay attention to the themes that are playing out right now because these are topics that are you're going to come back to, right? Straight up. I said that for Sag. It's true for everybody. But especially for you being Scorpio and Aries, this will be true for Aries as well. With your chart ruler about to go into retrograde, this is a period where you're about to hunker down and go within. Okay. So, if there's stuff coming up that you feel like you need to make changes about, do them, right? Especially since Gemini is your 8th house. So that's like a lot of hidden things coming up to be looked at. So if there's changes that you need to make, even if you need to like move locations or change anything in your life, now is the time to do it before Mars turns retrograde if you can. So just putting that out there. And the retrograde period will begin October 30th. So you've got a little bit of time. Right? right in the beginning, 5 days after the eclipse, Mars turns retrograde. So that'll be interesting. Anyway, Scorpio. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
You'll be fine.
You'll be fine.
Famous last words.
You'll be fine.
You'll be fine.
You'll be fine.
Yeah. Solos for the spleen. That's
Perfect.
right.
I love that. How about some self-empowering energy? Boom, solo.
Yeah. Empower yourself. Don't worry. Be happy. That's pretty much all I got. I mean, you have that.
That's perfect. Boom,
Well,
done. There you go.
Okay, I mean, for the sound, it's going to be so low. You know, I mean that like in show.
So
and
low.
so low. And if you're not worried, you're going, you're making that O face score.
Score.
But maybe don't make the O face. I don't know, just internally.
So
You don't need to creep anyone out.
Well, you know, we'll do whatever. You know what I mean?
You can. It's fine. Have fun. If you know, I mean, if we're looking at Mars as the ruler of Scorpio, I love that instead of Pluto, actually, because Mars can be so fun. And it makes, man, Pluto makes Scorpio into this really drudgery,
goth.
like, yeah, it's so dark and like stoic. And it's like, man, have some fun with I mean, this is destruction. This is lightning. This is download.
Power.
It's power.
Word.
And Mars can have fun. Let some of that Aries come through. You're powerful. Enjoy it. Enjoy being that, enjoy being that guy who just is like totally fearless and has a good time. And whatever comes is whatever does. Yeah, I mean,
sorry.
You probably die in the movie, but it's okay.
You're the red shirt. What?
You're the red shirt.
Don't be the red shirt.
You can be Bill Shatner if you want, but he's kind of creepy too. So I don't know. Have fun.
Rapey. Don't be William Shatner.
Don't. There's a lot of things you could be, but
aim higher than that.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about what other people think about you having fun. If you're afraid of having a good time because how it's going to look to the people around you, stop it. Stop it. Just be you. Show up as you.
Say don't worry about a thing. Do. Cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Do. Say don't worry about a thing. Gotta sing to you, Scorpio, because you need to chill out a little bit. Because every little thing is gonna be alright.
Seriously.
Maybe smoke a blunt. I mean, whatever. Bob Marley, just roll a joint.
Dude, for real.
Listen to the reggae.
For real though, the Prince of Pentacles is a slowdown period. He's not going very fucking fast, is he? He's like, all right, yeah, we jamming with the reggae. See, don't worry. If you weren't there for New Moon Radio, you missed out, okay? Because Chris played a wicked set. I only caught the last hour of it, and it was fucking bomb. It was reggae all day. It was great. Anyway, Scorpio, like I said, you're preparing for a slowdown period, okay? I like the Knight of Pentacles. I like the Knight of Pentacles because, well, to be truthful, I like all the cards for different reasons, but the Knight of Pentacles is about making sure that the harvest, okay, that he's worked so fucking hard to perfect comes in and he gets his proper compensation, okay? He's ensuring that what he already has is good and that he's going to actually be able to harvest it successfully. He's not really expanding outwards very fast. If he is, he's planning it very, very thoroughly. Why do I say this? This is a Virgo card in this deck anyway. So, Knight of Pentacles. You're preparing to plan a bunch of stuff. So, oh, and what's underneath? I did that for everybody else. 4 of Wands. Oh, what are you planning? You're planning for stability. You're planning to try and find some kind of stability, but also maybe secretly wanting to go and celebrate somewhere with somebody. 4 of Wands could be like a party, so that's fun. So yay, hey. But yeah, I mean, this is the Lord of Perfected Work in this deck too, the 4 of Wands. So the Knight of Pentacles and the 4 of Wands is really asking you, like, how stable are you right now? And is there anything that you could do to increase that stability? And everything else that I already said.
Sweet. That's awesome. Knight of Pentacles in the herbal deck is Ellie Campaign. This is an herb that is very well known for its ability to work with the lungs. It is really great when you have a lot of congestion in the lungs. Say you have a lot of mucus that's been stuck, very cold, damp conditions. Ellie Campaign will bring the heat. It has these gorgeous, you can kind of see them here. They're not illustrated the best, but it has a gorgeous, gorgeous yellow flower. And what people most know about Ellie Campaign and what's usually used as medicine with it is the root. And so the root is where a lot of the medicine is. So it can be harvested in the early spring or in the fall. Once all the energy that's going into the leaves and the flowers and stuff, once that comes down into the earth, that's the time when you want to harvest your roots, because everything's being concentrated in the roots. But I actually use this herb for our cat, because our cat has like kitty chronic lung issues. So King Carl has, like a lot of mucus a lot and kind of asthma stuff. And this is one of the herbs that really works really, really well for him. The leaves look like lungs. So that's one of the doctrine of signatures. And it can grow really, really large. We grow it in the garden here. And one of the best things I like to make with it is actually Ellie Campaign honey. So you can like chop up the root and then you put it into honey and you allow that to steep for like 6 weeks, and then you strain it out, and then you'll have all of that medicinal goodness in the honey, and you can add it to teas and such. You can eat it as is, but it's a beautiful herb. It has one of my all-time favorites, I'll say. And so the affirmation for Ellie Campaign is, by being in tune with Mother Nature, I strengthen and heal myself. And 4 of Wands is fennel seed. Fennel, is a culinary herb. It's delicious though, and you can, use the bulb for culinary uses and stir fry and things. It's great for freshening the breath. So a tradition in India actually, and even in Indian restaurants, sometimes there'll be like these little licorice candies mixed with fennel seed. And so there's like the sweetness of the licorice, and then the fennel that will actually clean the mouth. So at post meal, you can eat like a handful of those, and they're delicious, but it actually does clean out the mouth. And this is also really great for digestive health as well. You sometimes see fennel seed added to like Italian sausages or like any kind of fatty meat, because the fennel will actually help the body and the digestive system to start digesting some of those fats that might be a little hard on the system. So that's why that's one of the reasons why they add fennel to certain sausages. And I'm gonna have to get to this one in the book. 4 of Wands.
That's cool.
Yeah, isn't that awesome? I love fennel. It's a beautiful flower too when it's blooming. It has like the star shape, like it has that umbel flower to it. It's really gorgeous. 4 of Wands affirmation. I feel greater self-confidence by quietly recognizing my many gifts and accomplishments.
I love that.
Yeah.
Sweet. Also, quick side note, shout out to Time and Place. It's one of my like OG followers from pre-Universe is over on Odyssey. Time spelled THYME, because he's a nerd like that. Anyway, shout out to you, my friend. Yeah, okay. What are we on? Libra, of course. We're on Libra. 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 So Gemini is your 9th house. So Mars stationing retrograde in the 9th house is pretty cool. Rules. So Mars rules your 7th house of relationships. Oh, we lost Rachel. Okay, that's cool. Keep going. So,
she said she's going to restart. Yeah,
perfect.
It's frozen.
Cool.
So, yep.
Good times. Mercury's in shadow. So much fun. Okay, anyway. So with the Lord of your relationship house, okay? And this is really old school ways of talking about it. I'm trying to find different verbiage that still is like true to the tradition, but doesn't sound so like stuffy. I don't know. It sounds a little stuffy to me, but anyway. The ninth house, okay, is about publications. This is about the temple that you study in, the higher learning that you wish to achieve. In order to be more you, you must study in the ninth house. The ninth house for you, Libra, is Gemini, where Mars is stationing retrograde. So there's something deeply entwined about your relationships at this time and whether or not they are helping you to achieve that connection with God. Because the ninth house is also considered the house of God, quite literally. It's where we connect with belief systems that help us to achieve some kind of connection with God. So anyway, are your relationships helping in that manner, or are they hindering in that manner? This will be a big thing that'll come up for you for sure. Mars also rules your second house of like resources, finances, self-worth. Hopefully what you can do with this Gemini energy, this Mars and Gemini energy specifically, is pursue either like different philosophies. Try out, okay, this is a good keyword for everybody right now. Try something new. Try out. Because Gemini is not like a committed energy that you stick with forever, okay? Mars in Gemini is about trying new things. So try out some different philosophies, some different routes of study that can really help you with your self-worth, or see if it does. If it doesn't, then you don't need to keep that system, but test a few new things out. Welcome back, Rachel.
Oh.
Welcome back. Also, what I would suggest is try some new things with your partner. See what they're into. Maybe they're into something that you're also into that you can both try out together. Nice. Yeah, dude. The house of God is the ninth house, and the house of the goddess is the third house. There's that axis.
That's beautiful. I love that.
Yeah. Word. You're back, Rachel. Hi. Welcome back. You are muted, though.
Okay.
Hey.
Hey. So,
Libra.
Libra. Well, I thought I was keeping all these runes out to avoid doubles, and one of them literally put itself back in the bag. And guess which one it was? Perfect. So magic is something. Are you having a magical time with the people around you, with source, with your close friends, with your relatives? Are you engaged in this beautiful synchronistic life in every aspect, Libra? Your close partnerships, sure. You guys doing cool stuff, exploring the mysteries together. They don't have to be the exact same mysteries, but that's kind of the fun. That's that fellowship. That's what people make churches about. Really. So, yeah. With Pertho, it's that liver and that spleen. So your liver, this is interesting. I didn't bring this one up earlier, but liver is for anger. And the sound for that is like a grr, like a sound. So Pertho. But maybe it's more like love rage, like when you see something so adorable. Pertho, and it gives you joy in this unknown. So yeah.
It's hilarious. I'm still playing with this solo mode thing, so I keep like taking you all down before you're ready to come down. I'm like, oh shit, put it back up. It's fine. It's totally fine. Okay. So interesting. Okay, so what I got for you, Libra, is the 9 of Wands. Da, 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 da. The Lord of Great Strength. So this is cool. We're talking about Mars and Gemini being the 9th house. That's neat. Then we're talking about the 9 of Wands. Also neat. This is a Sagittarius card. Kind of neat. With the 9 of Wands, what I think of immediately is, how do you gain strength? You're challenged. The only way to gain strength or gain skill in anything is to, well, you have to be challenged, right? So don't give up hope. Okay. If things feel like they're too challenging, don't give up hope. Keep going. Keep going with it. And maybe this is actually an excellent opportunity for you to tap into that 9th house goodness and engage with a practice that can help you complete whatever task or journey it is that you're on right now. So that's what I have to say about the 9 of Wands right now. And the underneath is the King of Swords. The King of Swords. In this deck, also, he's got a pretty fucking funny face. Just saying. He's also got a star on his forehead. It's interesting. Like, wow, he's fucking fancy looking. Damn it, Mario. I'm never going to look at this deck the same again. I was okay ignoring it. Shit. But anyway, no, King of Swords. So it's time to be decisive. Okay. Yes, this is an Aquarius card in this deck. And that's a fixed sign, sure, but it's an air sign. And the King of Swords, you know, he is able to take his emotions, whatever it is that he's trying to accomplish, right? He takes his emotions and he's able to detach from them just enough. Not so much that he's cold and unfeeling and unempathetic, but just enough so that he can accomplish what it is that he needs to do. So that's the King of Swords. I also, what I really love about this card, I mean, these cherubs look fucking drunk too. I mean, he looks like a frog. Okay. I'm just going to be making fun of this deck the rest of the time. But anyway, you've got angels guiding you, bruh. You've got angels guiding you, bruh. People that are there that will help you with whatever task it is that feels insurmountable at this time. Just call on them. Okay.
Call your friends.
Call your friend. Well, hey, what's up, bruh? I don't know why I'm talking like that. I just am. It's Libra, I guess. I just blame Libra.
Nice. All right. 9 of Wands is bayberry bark, which another one, I haven't really worked too much with bayberry bark, but I have worked with other barks. And one of the things that I do know about them is they're usually really astringent. And as I look in the book, this one in particular is warm, stimulating, and drying, while it has astringent properties. And it is really great for moving phlegm or any irregular discharges through the body. So again, a lot of clearing energy, I feel like, is kind of coming through with this one. And the affirmation is, I feel inner balance and groundedness. I face any opposition with peace and understanding. And King of Swords is the one and only St. John's wort, which is just a plant of like sunshine, in my opinion. One of my favorite to work with. I've talked a bit about it, but this plant is really wonderful for bringing the sunshine into your life if you are dealing with depression, mild depression, melancholy, seasonal affective disorder, when you're just kind of feeling run down. St. John's wort is wonderful because it is such a great herb for the nervous system to calm it, but also stimulate it, I feel like, because if you're the feeling of being run down, the St. John's wort can actually just bring the energy of the sun. So it brings that warmth and the heat and also just the joy that the sun brings, when we're out in it. The medicine of this plant is red when you make it into a tincture or an oil, because of the hypericin inside of it. So it has this connection with blood. Often it has the connection with the blood of St. John the Baptist. And some people say that the red medicine is representative of the blood spilled when he was beheaded. And the affirmation for this card is, I acknowledge my abilities to see clearly and to communicate my beliefs and ideas.
Wow.
That's amazing.
That's super cool. I love that. Also, damn it, I shuffled the friggin' deck. God fucking damn it. Sorry, one second. I love that. St. John's wort's so cool. Okay, I'm gonna tie this back into the king again, just real quick. So I learned after I planted St. John's wort seeds, okay, I was like, fuck yeah, St. John's wort, planted them, and then went and looked them up online, and it turns out that in Alberta, in my province, St. John's wort, there's several herbs that fall under this category, but St. John's wort falls under the not just noxious weeds, but prohibited noxious weeds. So you are not allowed to grow it or they will fine you. And I was like, fuck you, I'm definitely growing it now. Yeah. Oh
Right?
yeah. I'm definitely growing. And that is like the most revolutionary act I can think of right now, is just growing all of the herbs that I'm not allowed to. And I just want to point out that in this deck, this is an Aquarius card, the King of Swords. And what is revolution but Aquarius? So I thought that was really funny. I'm like, fuck you, I do what I want.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
See that they'll fine you if you grow it.
Plants.
They will fine you. Well, Alberta, we're famous for cattle, right? Oil and cattle, right?
Oh,
and
okay.
St. John's wort has this funny little thing where if livestock eats a lot of it, they'll become photosensitive. And we're the prairies and we have cattle. So yeah, but it's also socialism. So there's that too.
Yeah, right. No, exactly. And the funny thing
Fuck.
with St. John's wort is when you use the oil topically, it can actually be protective of the sun. Like it can protect you.
What?
Those fucking bastards.
But isn't that so interesting? It's like that thing, like
So
like with like or whatever. And so
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's just kind of crazy. It's not going to protect you like sunscreen would, although I'm not endorsing sunscreen by any means. I'm just, you got to use some protection or whatever, but you can do that with St. John's wort.
Fuck you, Chance. Fuck you. I'm calling the Mounties there too. Don't call them.
Yeah.
I'm already on a list. Shit.
Dude. There's also a beetle that was created to eradicate St. John's wort. I know. I think I put that in one of the. Yeah, it's
You
called
told
the
me that.
Klamath beetle, and they will just demolish your St. John's wort like overnight almost. You have to be really on it. You can get rid of them. I always just like sprinkle diatomaceous earth on it before the flowers open and stuff, and then I just go past there every day and I just flick them off, and I'll go out there like twice a day and just flick them. And yeah, I was able to keep them away enough where they didn't eat my plants. But yeah, I'm pretty sure the beetle was developed at a university somewhere in Oregon. It was like in the 1950s. Yeah. Anyway,
Bastards.
totally. I know.
They used the soul of John Lennon.
We need one more thing. Soul of a
St.
star.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
Andrea. You're the best. You crack me up. Oh my god. I just think all of you guys are the best. Holy shit. Virgo. Virgo. Happy birthday, Virgo. I'm so happy that it's your birthday. Um you know why? Because it's your turn to be the star of the show. And I'm learning so much. Like, I love Virgo season. Personally. So anyway, Virgo. Gemini's your 10th house. Okay. So all sorts of career questions are coming up at this time, right? First of all, something that I've noticed that's really kind of fun, and this might not be true for you, for all Virgos out there, but something I've noticed, especially with Virgo rising, is they actually have two jobs, and Gemini's a dual sign. So like, what? And they often both have to do with a Mercury theme. So not everybody, not all Virgos, but I thought that was really interesting. But anyway, Mars stationing retrograde in the 10th house. This is very much bringing attention to, hey, am I actually in the thing that I'm going to be known for? Is it worthy? Mars has this. Mars can be really noble. Okay. It can be very competitive, and sometimes that can be like less than noble. But I mean, according to whom? You know what I mean? According to whom? Like, is it actually toxic masculinity, or is that what the man is supposed to be like? Is that what Mars is supposed to be like? You know? So anyway, these are things that I'm thinking about lately. Thanks, Mars at Gemini. But anyway, Mars stationing retrograde in your 10th house is asking you to take a very close look at your career and at what are you going to be known for. It can help you put in a lot of extra work into all, like a lot of energy can go into whatever it is that you're doing with your career at this time, which is great. And then when it goes retrograde, if you have extended yourself, like overextended yourself, you might need to pare some stuff back a little bit, bring it back in a bit. Yay! I love interesting things. But anyway, yeah, that's all I got to say on it right now. I got distracted. Shit. I distracted my damn self. I did it to myself. That's very, it's like, never mind. That's so Mars and Gemini. It's like, oh, shiny. Yeah. So that could be something that's playing out too. Like, are you trying too many new things for your career? Yeah, I don't think that's a bad thing though. So play around with it. Play around with it. This is the period to play, really. Now, play.
Nice.
Okay.
Well,
we're just gonna. Yep.
Virgo, you got Ansu's, which does two things.
Perfect.
You have the Ansu's, for the heart, but also that ooh for your circulation. Ansu's is generally it's Odin, but it is a god. It's kind of that father rune, fruit generator. One thing that I was thinking about, well, in the runes, Thor actually comes before Ansu's, which is interesting. So also, here's how I've been seeing the Hierophant. Spoiler alert. The father who knows he's also the son. You don't forget that not only are you the universe, but you're also a child of the universe. You're both things. You can do both things. You're made to do both things, to walk lines and do all that fun stuff. So you can have your serious career, but you can also have something you do for fun. You can balance that. And if you're doing it right, it's all fun. So, Zeus.
I love that. One serious, one fun.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Very nice.
Okay. Right. Fuck yeah. What I got for Virgo was the Six of Swords. So this is creating balance, right? Sixes are all about balance. This is the Lord of earned success. to me, this card speaks of science, which Virgo, you know all about this actually. Yeah. It's an Aquarius card, but it's Mercury in Aquarius, your chart ruler. So anyway, this is about creating balance, understanding that if you change one variable here, everything else in the formula changes too. The balance adjusts, right? So this is really finding that sweet spot, that balance. Yes, put in the boring, mundane, blah, blah, blah work over here, but also having something fun to balance it out. I really like that. What was underneath the deck? This is interesting. So this is the second sign that this has happened to, where there's a 5 of the same suit underneath the deck. Who was that? Was that Scorpio with the 6 and the 5 of cups? I forget, but maybe you guys remember. I don't remember, but I know that anyway, 5, 6 underneath the 5 underneath. So I feel like with the 5 being underneath here, I feel like this is actually indicative of that whole retrograde period where you're going to be confronted with stuff in your career. And actually, it could even be an authority figure, right? Because the 10th house can indicate an authority figure. So some kind of conflict goes down, right? And you're realizing, hey, I actually need to change some of my inputs over here in order for this to balance out. So anyway, yes, because watermelon. Perfect. Thank you. And Andrea remembered the herb. I love it. Yeah, dude. So keep an eye open for that, and just remember that you actually have a lot of power. You have a lot of power. So use it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fucking do it. Do it.
Do the thing.
Do the thing.
Okay, so this one's weavy because 6 of Swords is Vervain. So I had Vervain for Virgo, which is really awesome. So I already kind of went through the properties of this one. So I'll just go right to the affirmation. But dude, that's so cool. I mean, that's awesome. Okay, I like that little synchronicity. So the affirmation for this card: I let go of my judgments and allow love to be my guide. So that in and of itself could allow you to go and do that thing. Just letting go of judgment is a lot of times what holds people back. And Vervain is actually really good at that, because I think Vervain does such a good job with anxiety, but specifically the like spinning anxiety. And a lot of times we're judging ourselves in our head, or we're projecting things, that might happen, or what someone might be thinking, which may hold us back from actually doing that thing that we really, really love or want to do or know we should do. And then the 5 of Swords is mistletoe, which I also brought up because its connection with the Druids. And so Vervain and mistletoe being some of the most highly regarded plants of the Druids. And mistletoe, although the berries are quite poisonous and you should be careful, they're particularly poisonous to cats. So if you ever do get fresh mistletoe and you bring it into your house, you want to make sure that the berries, if they ever fall, from the plant, that you pick them up before your cat eats them. But this is another one that can be used as a nervine and an antispasmodic. So if you're having if you're having muscle spasms or spasms internally, just like with the Vervain, it's a really great remedy for that. And then obviously it grew on the oaks, and it's kind of considered like a parasite. That's what some people will call it. I think it's a thing of beauty, but down in Southern Oregon, it grows like super, super well because of the heat and all the old oaks. It's like you're going down the I-5 and you can just see on both sides. You can see the mistletoe from a mile away. It's really cool. And so the affirmation for mistletoe is, oh, you know what? I messed that one up. Okay, the affirmation for mistletoe is, I let go of my judgments and allow love to be my guide. And then the 6 of Swords, sorry, so we're swapping it. I open myself to different perspectives about my life. I ride in the boat of inner faith.
Boom.
So a little switcheroo on those affirmations. Sorry about that. I got so excited about
okay.
the thing that I was like,
That's like my
Perfect.
default mode of operation is excitement.
nice.
It's all good. That's good. It's all good. No, it's Virgo season. We demand perfection immediately. No. No,
No, no,
Yeah.
no.
I love that. I love that both of those herbs tie into druidry. And with Virgo, I've been talking about the priest and priestess archetypes
Mm,
and the
nice.
sacred work, right? That's so cool. I like that. I like that a lot. So that's neat.
Yeah, that's so perfect.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Leo. Okay, so Leo. Gemini is your 11th house. This is the house of your wider social network, your dreams, long-term ambitions, okay? Yeah. And yeah, that's some bullshit. It doesn't happen that way. So anyway, long-term goals, hopes and dreams. Nice. Sun's on the bottom of the deck. That's really cool. So basically, with Mars stationing retrograde in your 11th house, this is an opportunity for you to really assess how things are going with things like social media, with things like your savings. What's really interesting about the 11th house is, yes, long term, blah, 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 social network. It's also the second from the 10th. So it's literally the earnings that you get from your career. Mars coming here can literally be like an increase, like a really nice increase in earnings and rewards and stuff like that. When it turns retrograde, questions may come up about how are you handling that cash flow? Are you handling it responsibly? Yes, Saturn's coming out. Not sorry. This is important, okay? Are you handling it responsibly? And are there some adjustments that need to be made in that area? Yeah, that's basically the 11th house in a nutshell. I don't have a card yet. Go ahead, Rachel.
Okay. That's fine. Okay, so Leo, you have Othala. So, Othala. That's spleen, that's a heart. It has to do with worry, right? Remember, the spleen is worry, heart is joy. But with Othala, this is your divine inheritance. It's the end of the runes. And are those things burdening you, or are they bringing you joy? What are you doing with all that? I like that it actually looks like a bind rune with this ingus here and the gift. So what are you doing with your gifts, Leo? Are they making you miserable? Are they keeping people away from you? Or are they making you isolate yourself? Because you're just so rich and fancy, right? You got all your gifts, or not. Is it gone? Is it squandered? Or do you feel, is that a fear? That's something to think about, Leo. With all that hard energy you have, what will you give into? Are you afraid someone's going to take from you and just take? Or is it mutual? Because when things are given from the heart, there's exchange. Gebu isn't just about sacrifice, it's about exchange. Give and take. And this inheritance is about give and take too. You're blessed to be a blessing. Is that how you be? So yeah.
You're blessed to be a blessing. Is that how you be? Sounds like a new rap song. What you want to be? If it flows, let it flow. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. I love it.
Just channeling my inner Romy.
Yep. Like I can see him doing that right now.
Leo. This is what I'm talking about, bruh. This is what I'm talking about, bruh. The Four of Pentacles. How stable are you? What are you doing with all of that income flow? Right? What are you doing with the flow? I love the fours in that it is really about the actions that we take in order to create something in the concrete reality. Right? The four is the action, it's the verb. So what actions are you taking? You know? How are you securing your future? Underneath the deck, we have the Knight of Swords. So in this particular deck system, this is a card of Gemini. So there's that Gemini energy. So with the Knight of Swords, this is somebody that this could be you. This could be describing Mars and Gemini. Jumps into things really quick. Sometimes maybe to like rescue somebody or to stand up for the truth or whatever the case may be. They jump into something really quick without really thinking it through. And then they might change their minds and kind of like jump back out over here. Like maybe like go over here and try something new over here. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. But there is a little bit of a conflict here between stability and trying new things. So is it possible to balance both? I think it could be. I think so. The other thing that's kind of coming to mind right now is, are you able to take a hard stance on stuff? Because it's important to be able to see multiple sides of any kind of issue. However, it's also important to stand up for what is right and true, right? So if you're always bouncing between two things or two stances or trying to take the middle path all of the time, sometimes there are cases where you cannot take the middle path and you have to make a solid stance or decision or whatever. And if you don't, you could be undermining some kind of stability. So that's all I got to say about that. Word.
Perfect.
To your mother. Sorry. It's like that got really serious.
No, that's perfect.
Okay. So for Four of Pentacles, we have Cascara bark. Another one. Don't work with it too often. I know what it is, but I don't. It's not one of my my mainstays or my go-tos. But it's another bitter, which typically is, like I said earlier, most bark is. So I'm just going to read the spiritual properties of this one. So spiritually, this herb will enable one to let go of fixed and outmoded thoughts and ideas. Old experiences will be loosened up and released so that there is not a condition of spiritual and mental constipation and toxicity. However, it is also important to absorb the experiences and not let them flow out without taking in their full meaning. And affirmation: I acknowledge my spiritual power and security. I discover my faith within. And the Knight of Swords is a nice, beautiful herb. This is wild cherry bark, another bark. So we're working with tree bark energy here for you, Leo. This one is lovely because you can make a really great cough syrup with it. That's one of its claims to fame, because when you cook it down, which you don't want to boil it hard, you just want to like make an infusion of it. Actually, you can also do a cold infusion of wild cherry bark, and it makes almost like this like mucilagenic property to it, so it kind of will coat your throat. That's one of its best best properties. Also, it's really great for the lungs and clearing. So if you're wanting to say something, if you're wanting to get the words right, if you're wanting to get your words clear and speak clearly, wild cherry bark would be a really good herb to even just carry on your person or think about or work with, if that's a goal of yours. And the affirmation, with strength and clarity, I move forward in pursuit of my dreams and visions. So again, like you're with Othello, Rachel, your gifts. How are you using your gifts? What are your gifts? So maybe wild cherry bark has something in store in that same vein.
I like
Love that. Also, what was the first Leo herb? Could you spell it?
Cascara.
Cascara bark.
CASCARA.
Cool.
I feel like I want to try all of these now.
Yeah, I know, right? And then anytime I play with this deck and I don't know an herb, or I'm like, I'm like, you should probably then maybe you want to work with that one and learn a little bit more about it. That's one of the things with herbalism, though, that I know, like people who are first starting, myself included, when I first started, I was like, oh my God, how am I going to know all this? And it's like, well, you probably won't, at least in this lifetime. It's like one of those things you resonate with certain things and certain things you don't. And I think it's the same way with this kind of stuff. Even with tarot or runes, I think a lot of people are just intimidated, thinking like you have to know it all in order to do it. And it's not necessarily the case. I think you just have to be open to knowing it and open to when it comes to you, that might be time to then, cast out.
Pertho, the message that keeps coming through.
Oh, yeah.
Trust the mystery.
Nice.
Engage.
Listen.
Yeah. I love that. Every time I think that I know everything, I am like fucking tower momented into humble pie. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I know.
Tower momented into humble pie. That's exactly how it goes down.
And isn't it great though? Because I just think of all the times where I didn't say I didn't know, and then you're just like, oh, I wish I would have just said I didn't know that. Because life sucks right now, and I wish I would have just admitted that I didn't know. Oh well. So it's like, I always remind myself of that too.
That's funny. Andrea says, I have a hard time saying no to trying herbs, but actually herbs. Nice. Cool. I'm glad that those herbs resonated for you, Chance. That's cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, the herbs that I've picked to start working with, for the most part, I went and tried to find ones that were very specific to what I was struggling with. So like I have asthma, so I'm like, okay, what's shit that clears the lungs out, supports the lung health, gets things moving, basically. So I went for like mullein and milk thistle and a bunch of other stuff that I can't remember right now off the top of my head. Yeah.
I did the same thing. I wanted to work with my lungs, and I checked on this tincture because I couldn't remember what was in it. But one of my favorites is in it, Yerba Santa. So there's Yerba Santa and Yerba Mansa, and they do like upper and lower respiratory, and it makes a lot of sense. I should have known. But, I hadn't worked with the other stuff that's in here, like nettles. I haven't worked with nettles.
Ooh, nettle. Yeah.
Yeah, see, you either really like nettles or you're not about it.
That's true. That's so true. It's a very strong energy. That is like total Mars. I mean, it is Mars all day.
And it's so stabby too. Yeah. So stabby.
It is, and it will just move stuff really quickly. And if you're working on it like a spiritual level, you got stagnation or whatever, spiritual or physical, it will like totally go to that spot and just move it really quick.
Move, bitch, get out the way. Get out the way, bitch. Get out the way.
Fuck yeah. The next time I go and forage for nettle, I'm singing that.
And the nettle's gonna be like going like this.
Yeah, you'll find it real easy.
Oh yeah.
That's funny. That's funny. Oh my god. Okay, so Cancer. Cancer. Mars retrograde in the 12th house. Interesting. Okay. So Mars in the 12th house. Okay, Mars transiting through the 12th house. We're talking about your subconscious, the dream realm, hidden things, right? I love Mars transiting through the 12th house for things like really trying to work specifically with active dreaming. When you're trying to do actions and you want them to be hidden, you want to have Mars in the 12th house. Okay. So, like guerrilla warfare tactics. Okay. But like in real life. So, just saying, just putting that out there. If you have things that you want to do to get done, but you want them to remain hidden, Mars in the 12th house is really helpful for that. It's a very behind the scenes energy. It can be frustrating if you are trying to get a lot of things done in the external world. Mars transiting through the 12th house can be very frustrating for that. But that's why, it can be really helpful to have a little bit of knowledge of astrology, because it's like, oh, okay, this is why this isn't really like working right now. Yeah, you need to go within. You need to go maybe do a little bit more meditation with Mars in the 12th house. Those are like immediate things that I think of. It's like, okay, we'll go within then instead. So with it being going retrograde, again, like I've been saying for everybody, there are themes that will be playing out for the next couple of weeks that will be going back over again. So pay attention to your dreams, especially for you, Cancer, because Mars is in the 12th house and that's the realm of sleep. Pay attention to what comes up when you're trying to meditate or when you go to meditate. What are the big things that come up? Also, because we're talking about like fears and subconscious blockages, I really feel like the Mars retrograde period can be especially helpful for you for really diving into the psyche and taking those fears and doing like some psychic fucking esoteric surgery. Okay, that's another way that I think of Mars in the 12th house. So have fun with that.
Yeah, have fun with that.
I got his up as well. Just yeah.
Nice. Well, the room tells me you're not having fun with it right now.
The runes have spoken.
Damn.
It's
like it could be nice. It could be nice.
It could be fine, right? It could be a lovely time. Except maybe it's not right now, and that's something you gotta work on. Ew. So the E sound could either be, you could make it into an E like tree, or an like the grr. So you're dealing with fear and anger with your kidneys and liver there. But the O is for, that worry. So fear, anger, and worry. All the kinds of things that keep you from getting on a horse. This is your vehicle. This is the thing that moves you forward. This is your chariot. Whatever this is in your life, you got to drop the fear, anger, and the worry. It's going to make your guts hurt. And you will literally be incapacitated. You cannot do it. And that's the thing with Cancer. Don't be so closed in. That fear that keeps you trapped in your armor. It's okay to let your armor down. Or just invest in something softer and more effective. Well, maybe not more effective, but just so. So that's what I got.
Nice. So what I got for cards for Cancer. Here's that Mars energy. Hello, Emperor. What I think of is, what are you burying right now that really needs to be addressed? Mars is really going to help you address those things. especially while we're talking about the retrograde period. Underneath, I mean, so this is a need to take a leadership role and to take a little bit more direct action in addressing your fears and the subconscious blockages that are holding you back. Okay. Underneath the deck, we've got the universe card. This is like final endings. Oh my god. It's the final countdown. Sorry. But anyway. But yeah, endings. Okay. Something's coming to its end in order for something new to come about, right? That's the 12th house too. It's literally loss and endings and not nice stuff. So, I mean, I feel it for you. Having a 7-month Mars transit through the 12th house is going to be interesting. This is going to be an important period for reorganizing your psyche in some way. Okay. So be fearless about it. Absolutely do not be afraid of diving in and horse. Okay. What happens when you fall off of a horse? They tell you to get back up and get back on the fucking horse. Otherwise, you create this fear in your mind about falling off the horse again. And then what happens? You can't ride the fucking horse. So get back up, get on the goddamn horse. Just do it. Just do it. That should be this card's catchphrase. Just do it, Nike. But anyway, what's coming to an end? What's coming to a close? What do you need to cut off? What do you need to cut out? That's pretty much it.
Sweet.
Okay, I hope.
Yeah. So rock, paper, scissors later, ladies?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Oh my god, give you 3-way rock. Oh my god, it's gonna be chaos.
Whoa. Oh, man. Sometimes chaos is good, though, and I think this is going to be good. Good chaos.
I love it.
Okay, so this herb here, I mean, it's even almost like a tongue twister. I can admit, I don't think I've ever even heard of it. It is a Chinese herb, according to this book. Attractaloids. I'm pretty sure that's how you say it. So I'm going to go ahead and read from the book because I can't say really anything about it. So medicinal properties of this herb. It's a tonic for the spleen and the stomach, and it is said to help the digestive system and to regulate fluid metabolism. It is often used as a diuretic, which means it will get rid of excess fluid or it will make you pee a lot, and to regulate the appetite. It strengthens the muscles and helps to build energy. Affirmation. I use my inner wisdom and strength to achieve my goals in life. Also says something about it's very warming and it will enhance the emperor inside each of us by giving him the fire and the energy he needs to accomplish his goals. I like that. That's very beautiful. So
I love that.
Definitely going to look into this because, yeah, I'm like, wow, that even just saying it is like intimidating. So
can you spell it out one more time? I'm gonna type it into the chat.
Okay, I'll sell it, or I can. I'll say it. Blah, blah, blah. I'll spell it. See, it's got me all tongue tied. Okay. Oh my god! All right, ATRACTYLODES.
Attractileo. Yep.
Sounds like Attractileo.
Attractilodes. Attractilodes. Attractilodes.
That's weird.
Attractilodes. Yeah, I don't know.
In this deck, the universe is the world. And it is none other than Comfrey, which is one of my all-time favorites. Universal healer of all. I feel like this is the perfect card for the world card because I feel like Comfrey literally can like heal everyone in the world. It is famously known as knit bone because it can be used on broken bones and strained muscles or if you like roll an ankle or you twist an ankle, you can make poultices out of comfrey and it will accelerate the healing of the bone. One of the best known things about it is that it has something called allotonus in it, or allotonin, sorry. And allotonin is created only in comfrey and in the umbilical cord of a mother when she is pregnant. And so the property of this is very mucilagenic. So it creates almost like this very thick decoction when you make it. And it you can like almost feel the coating that happens in the mouth, and when you swallow it, it's like a thick tea, and so it's really great at repairing skin and rebuilding tissue. So that's why it would be very important for a baby to have it in its life, because it's literally growing skin and developing all of the organs in the body. So just really deep connection to the universal mother, the universal creator, and the beauty that happens when that's going on. And so the affirmation for comfrey: I joyfully create my life and see spirit as the foundation of all.
Dude, I love that.
It's a good one.
Comfrey would be the Saturn card. That's perfect.
Yeah.
I love that a lot.
Yeah, comfrey is totally Saturn. And then you're dealing with the bones, so it's like a bone healer. So total structure, like the structure of kind of everything. It's really cool.
That's so sweet. Comfrey's so cool. I forgot about that little factoid there about the umbilical cord.
Yeah.
Compound. That's fucking sweet.
Yeah, super fascinating. It's so cool.
I love that. Jinx.
Perfect for Cancer, by the way, because opposite Capricorn. And I feel like Cancer wants that like nourishment, just like that womb sort of energy. So that makes sense too. It goes along very well for Cancer.
I love that. That's so perfect. Nice. And yeah, thank you for bringing back up the polarities 100%.
Yeah. Always important.
Gemini. Speaking of polarities, Gemini, there's 11 in the chat. Towers all day.
Nice.
Okay. All right. So Gemini, Mars in the first house. How you doing, Gemini? We're checking in. Are you okay?
Your last one was
okay.
rough.
I hope you're okay. Fuck. Please check in. We need to know. Checking in with your local Gemini. How you doing? How's Mars treating you? Please let us know. So yeah, dude. Chris, stop. Just never mind. Okay. Mars retrograde in your first house. We're talking about
the little kitty. Sorry. Couldn't resist.
This little cat is coming over.
Oh, just in time. Bring him up. How's it doing?
We'll try.
Can you pick him up?
Boy.
Oh, that's so sweet. Yeah, where's J-Lo? Exactly. Right, I know. She's probably watching Peace Stealer. God. He's way more entertaining than me. Gemini son. Speaking of Gemini. Anyway, okay, so Mars retrograde in your first house. We're talking about the body, right? Mars can bring a huge boost of energy when it comes into the first house to literally work out, do things with your body, be physical, enjoy being in a physical experience. I'm okay, good. All right. Yep. So yeah, literally gas pedal. Literally. It's like throttling the gas. When Mars turns retrograde in your first house, all of these retrograde energies is about taking stock, going within, checking in on yourself. That's why I'm checking in with Gemini. I'm like, hey, how you guys doing? If you have any stuff coming up in your life right now, this week, next week as we're heading into this retrograde period, Gemini. Take note of it because it's going to come up again, right? Pretty much have said this for every sign, but it's true. Okay, it's true. Mark my words. Mark this week down in your calendar. Write down what's happening. For Gemini in particular, this, like I said, it has to do with the body. It has to do with personality. You might even feel more fiery yourself, as if you're full of piss and vinegar. That's totally a possibility. You know what I mean? Yeah. So just be mindful of your words. Be mindful that Mars in the first house of Mars retrograde can inspire risky actions that could lead to injuries. So be aware of that, and just don't be a dumbass. Just don't be a dumbass. That's all. just don't be a dumbass. That's it. You'll be fine. Oh no, Rachel's face. Oh,
I mean,
no.
you will
face.
be fine. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. You'll be great.
Rachel, no.
Are you not convinced?
No.
I'm sorry, my bedside manner. It's the Aquarius. Well, Gemini, you have Isa. E, that's for your kidneys. That's for fear. Ah, that's your heart. What are you afraid of? Ice is really scary. It's the realm of the giants. It's slippery. It's unpredictable. Is that why you're always like this? You're in one spot and you're watching your own back all the time? Because maybe you're supposed to do this and be one. And if I recall, that's been a message that's been coming out for you, is to integrate. And then someone who is well integrated meets with other very well. If you're several different people and you encounter people and we're all mirroring each other, well, then you're encountering chaos all the time and you can never trust anyone, not even yourself. So alleviate some of that fear by being your best friend, by allowing yourself to be that integrated person. You're still all those other things. You can still be all those other things and still be you. You can look at somebody in the face and recognize God and not get tripped out that you're mirroring. Like, oh my God, that person's reflecting me. Duh. Don't freak out. Don't have a cow. Be one. Be one. Look, there's no reverse. There's no downside to this. You got this, Gemini. It's fun. It's still fun. It's still fun. Don't be scared.
That's beautiful. I love that.
So I just about set a bunch of shit on fire. Gemini, be careful. Mars is fucking fire. Okay?
Mars has got like the lighter.
Watch
it's
your
like
goddamn candles.
waiting.
I'm gonna melt
Let me
that
do it. Let
fucking
me do
ice.
it.
Watch your candles. Keep some water nearby. Fucking be careful. Holy shit. I'm so serious. Nothing happened, but like, wow, what an omen. Oh my God. While you're talking about ice, and I'm like, fire and ice. Wow.
Ooh, yeah.
Yo. Yo. And then I go to shuffle my cards and I get the Emperor in reverse.
Ooh.
Put out the fire. Holy fuck. Yo. So, don't know if you caught that. That was a very subtle warning about being too fiery.
The most subtle you can get. I hope you're all listening very carefully.
Oh my God.
To you.
Seriously, you should have seen this go down. I was like, oh shit. Responsible witchcraft only, please. Holy fuck. Ooh.
Yes. Yes.
Wow. So like, yeah, Gemini, play with fire, but like know that if you're gonna play with fire, it's still fire, okay? underneath we have the Three of Pentacles. So like moving on. So we have the Three of Pentacles. Okay. The Three of Pentacles. Oh, there's Mars. This is about co-collaboration, building things together. Okay. Be aware that other people have opinions too. Other people have ways to do things that might work really, really well for them. And it's not your job to tell them to not do it that way. You know what I mean? Emperor energy coming out in a negative way can be an overbearing individual that like is trying to tell everybody else what to do. Capricorn. But like so, you know, hello Capricorn. But anyway, in your team environment, in your friendships, in your workspace, you know, in the pleasurable things that you take on that you really want to have fun with. Is everybody having fun? Okay. Check in with other people. That's all. Check in with other people. And like, you know, fucking be careful with your fire, okay? Seriously. You know.
Witchcraft safety PSA. I like it.
Yes.
Always a good reminder. Thank you, Chris.
My Aries placements are offended.
Ouch, that hit me in my Aries.
Sorry, not sorry. Okay, remember what I said earlier? If it really hurts and you really react emotionally, there's something there for you to look at, okay?
Totally. Yeah. All right. Well, we are going back to the attractoloids with the Emperor.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so it's like, hello, you need to understand me and say my name right because what the heck? So I'm just going to read the affirmation again in case we forgot, because I wouldn't expect anyone to remember that. I use my inner wisdom and strength to achieve my goals in life. So maybe that fire should, you know, you want to put that to use to accomplish a goal instead of burning at both ends or becoming angry or, you know, displacing anger or heat. Use it productively. And that will probably go farther than the other way around. And then we have for Three of Pentacles, Gentian, which is all about digestion. This is a very bitter tonic. So I mean, we've had a lot of themes about flushing and focusing on moving energy throughout either the digestive tract or liver, kidney, gallbladder kind of thing. That's what this is specific for: digestive tract, liver, and gallbladder. Let's see. Affirmation on this one. With consciousness and care, I plant the seeds of my life and reap the results of my actions. The challenges and disappointments of my life can be a source of strength and inner growth. So I'm getting a lot of, transmutation of transmuting any maybe negative, tough energy that might be going on, taking it to a place of power and strength and looking at it as an opportunity to grow instead of like fighting it. Because like you're saying, Kaylee, it's like when that mirror comes up and you find yourself being overly emotional about something somebody may have said or pointed out about you, it's all about like taking that in and using it as a lesson so that you can then apply it to then maybe next time it gets brought up, you don't get triggered so hard, you know?
Word.
Yes, yes.
I love that. Andrea said she had those in her wedding bouquet.
Oh, the gentian, the flowers?
Gentian. Interesting.
Ah, very interesting.
Very interesting.
I bet it was beautiful. Beautiful.
Oh. I love that. Oh my god, I can't believe it just almost said fucking fired a bunch of shit. Oh my god.
Why we didn't watch your hair just go up in
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god. Not funny.
not okay.
Not funny. I have such
No.
long hair.
I know.
Yeah, dude. And I'm
Oof.
like preaching about responsibility, and then I'm like fucking just about set a bunch of shit on fire. Oh shit.
We all have those moments, man. We all have those moments.
Taurus.
Woohoo!
Oh, she says it was beautiful.
I believe it.
Okay. Taurus, Gemini is your second house dos. So similar to what I said to Leo about the 11th house and money, second house, right, also deals with money, with our self-worth specifically, our resources, our values and valuables. So Mars entering shadow and about to turn retrograde, this is really asking you like, hey, are your finances stable? If they're not, is there something that you can do about that? Because this period is going to really be bringing that theme up for you. And we're going to leave it at that.
Perfect. So, I've actually been thinking about this all week. So here you go. Taurus, you get yours on your own. Urus. Urus. That's circulation. Circulation of those funds. While this is natural abundance, raw energy, power, are you making that work for you? It's a gift. Are you putting it to use? I was thinking about the Hierophant. The Hierophant tames this beast. It's a spiritual application of a natural gift. Are you doing that? Are you doing that? Are you circulating? Are you letting those things nourish you, mind, body, and soul? You go out and you pick blueberries. That's great. Are you allowing it to be the best, most beautiful experience? Are you eating that with the most gratitude you could ever have? Do you know what it's doing to your body? Are you conscious and aware of its healing? And what are you doing with all of that? Now that you're healthy and, provided for, where are you giving? Are you putting that to use? Urus.
It's hilarious.
That's awesome.
It's always wild. It's always wild to me.
Always wild.
Oh, always wild.
You know what, Rachel? I love hearing you say the runes. I would totally just love to hear you just say them. Like, I don't know.
Galder.
Yeah, just I don't know. That would be a really cool little session. Maybe
That would be fun.
Yeah, that it's very therapeutic. Really is.
Thank you.
Yeah, totally.
I'll think about that actually.
Yeah, it's a good one because one of my self-consciousness things about the runes has always been fearing that I'm not going to say them correctly. And so that's a block for me. I mean, I can admit that it's totally a block. And so just to be able to hear you say them so clearly and and say them confidently, I think that's like very striking. So bravo.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's actually why I looked up Jackson Crawford. I was like, if I'm going to learn these, I'm going to say them right.
That's right. Hell yeah. That's cool.
Kaylee's like, gambit.
So it's really interesting. Nice X-Men reference.
Thank you.
Nice. It's interesting because I had like 3 or 4 cards come out, and it was 3 cards came out, and then underneath there was 3 court cards and the Last Judgment. And I was like, holy shit. What the fuck, Taurus? But I put it back because I was like, it's too much. And then what comes out? The Queen of Swords.
Ooh.
So that's interesting. and underneath the blasted tower. Hello, Mars. So there's some drama going down for you, Taurus. Okay, some drama, some big is cooking. Yeah, all of the court cards earlier was kind of interesting, but what I have in front of me here, the Queen of Swords, all right? This is somebody that speaks clearly and concisely. She does not mince words. She does not sugarcoat things. And when she goes to make a decision, you know, she makes the decision. She's not sitting on the fence post. The blasted tower fascinates me because Mars does have this destructive energy, but he's also the builder, right? The construction worker, the pioneer, right? Sometimes we have to use a destructive force in order to take down something that needs to be composted in some way, right? So that we can build something better. The Tower card I'd never view as dangerous or bad. I view it as something that was not built on a strong foundation needs to be taken out so that something better can be put back in its place. And this is you, Taurus, being decisive. And I mean, you could go take some tyrant scalps if you want. I mean, that's kind of, this is like the Snake Jones card in my brain. Like, I'm like, oh, look, there's tyrant scalps. Perfect. I love it. But like, for real though, this is really you deciding all that Uranus energy, all that Rahu energy, and then Mars having just been in your sign. There's things that have to change, and you know that they have to change. It's time to just take the actions to do it, and be truthful with the people around you about what needs to change, so that you know you can just rip the Band-Aid off and move along. Rip off the Band-Aid, Taurus.
Yeah, do it.
Yep.
All right. Queen of Swords in the Herbal Tarot is Lady's Slipper, which is another one that I'm not too familiar with in terms of working with. Turns out it's an endangered plant. This reminds me a lot of Trillium because it seems as though this, when it's harvested, it wilts very quickly. And so you want to use it very quickly. So it actually might be better used as a flower essence. Same thing, that Trillium is very much like that too. It has almost that same thing where it's like kind of an endangered plant and it takes a really long time for it to grow. So they have like a similar energy to them. Keywords for this plant is strong and independent feminine energy, being open to inspiring ideas, utilizing communication skills, being too critical with words and thoughts, seeing things from another point of view, need to calm the mind and keep the feet on the ground. Visionary. Oh, Cozy Crone, that's awesome. Okay, cool. That's super cool. Well, then there you go. There's the endangered thing going on. Because yeah, even in the book, it does say that due to overharvesting at certain points, you want to just leave it alone if you do find it. And it seems as though relaxes the nerves, calms spasms, relieves pain and hysteria, and it induces rest, which seems to be a theme for tonight as well, which is interesting with the Virgo energy. Affirmation: I'm willing to take my visions and dreams and share them with the world around me. And I always remember this one in the Herbal Tarot because the Tower card is garlic. So hot, fiery, Mars energy, just bringing the house down with your vampire garlic breath. It's healthy. The garlic moves energy very quickly. It creates a lot of heat in the body. It's a really great remedy for digestion. I've had it where if you're feeling under the weather, just eating straight garlic cloves, like chopping them up like a pill and, swallowing them down. You can even have so many that it like almost creates this garlic high. It's really strange. But it's very effective in just like clearing the energy of whatever is stuck. And that's kind of what I always think of with the tower. Clearly, like something has to come down. There might be stuck energy that then the tower is just going to bring it all down so you can rebuild. And that's always something that I think is so beautiful about the tower, is that even though it comes down, it's then time to rebuild and create something new. So the helps ward off most biting bugs. That's interesting because it would like be wafting off of your skin as after you've ingested it, I'm assuming. The affirmation: I inhale and nurture myself. I dissolve the fortress within me. I exhale and cleanse myself. I am open to the awakening within.
I freaking love that.
Yeah, me too. It's always the one that like really hits home, the garlic. It's like perfect.
I love that. Bringing the house down with your garlic breath, Michelle. You're fucking cute. That's hilarious.
Seriously, right what came to
That's a good
Fuck
idea.
those vampires.
Good idea.
We grew a bunch of garlic this year. And it was my first year braiding garlic. It was so fun, actually, to learn how to do that. I was like, oh, I'm a real witch now. But anyway.
You've been initiated. Yeah.
It was actually a very enjoyable practice. But anyway, I tried just one little teeny tiny itsy bitsy baby clove, and it was like a punch in the face of spice. It was like, I was like, holy fuck, homegrown garlic is the shit. It was amazing. It was so good.
It's so
It was
awesome.
so good. I tasted garlic for like 3 days. I didn't even care. I was like, this is great.
Dude, hell yeah. I love that, man. Mario, he probably won't mind that I'm telling this, but here we go. We were in Canada. We went to Vancouver and we went to this ramen place and it was freaking delicious. And they brought like fresh garlic cloves to the table. And the waiter was like, how many garlic cloves do you guys want in your ramen? We're like, oh, we didn't even know that was a thing. So Mario's like, well, what's the max? Like, what do you recommend for the max? And dude goes, oh, like 8, And so he went for it, man. He cracked 8 cloves into his bowl. And I don't know, I did however many. And we're eating and we're just finishing up. And Mario looks at me. He's like, I got to go to the bathroom. Like, I feel.
Oh, no.
He's like, I feel weird. I'm like, okay, like, go, And so he's like, I looked in the mirror. He's like, I looked in the mirror and I was just like, whoa, like, what the fuck is happening? Like, this garlic high thing. It was really strange. And yeah, it's a real thing, and it's just really interesting. So it was kind of an experience at the ramen joint. It was really funny. Anyway.
Oh my god, getting high off garlic in Canada.
That is a great story.
Dude, and we both put mints in our mouth like right after we left, and we were like, oh my god, it tastes horrible. And we're like spitting the mints out. Like it was like nothing. The garlic was like, no, you have to like work this out. Like yeah, I'm not leaking.
You have to work this out.
And we're like, all right, garlic. Gotcha.
Nope. You've embraced the path of garlic.
That's such a great initiation.
What's the max? 8?
Dude, what? Dude probably just said something. He's like, oh, dude, watch this guy fucking eat 8 goals. We're like behind us, like watching. Oh my god.
Oh wow. Mario, you're so sweet. I would have done something stupid like that too. It would have been like, this is the best. And then like just done the whole bowl, no fucks given. Like, watch me stop. I'm not gonna, and then just powered through and then buy the garlic ticket, take the garlic ride.
Oh yeah. Like sweating and stuff. Oh yeah, it was the real deal. Awesome.
Wow. Okay, so Taurus, if you need to induce a tower moment for yourself, just go eat some garlic. Maybe not
Here's your
8, but I
shamanic-
mean, you
your
do you
shamanic
do you.
homework.
Yeah, your shamanic homework.
If you can get a friend to eat it with you, you'll be fine. But
Hey, there you go.
like, hey, so we're gonna do this garlic ritual. What does that mean? It means we're gonna eat all this, all of it.
Yo.
Oh my god.
Oh, the psychedelic trance induced by garlic. Can you imagine? Oh my god.
That sounds like such a Taurus thing to do.
It totally. Oh my god. It totally is.
I'm gonna try it.
Oh, dude.
I'll do it with you.
Oh my god. The 2 Taurus sons. That sounds fun.
Yeah.
I have to be in on it. Just tell me afterwards. That's all. I don't have to witness it. Just tell me afterwards. That's all. I just want
Got
to
some
know.
parasites I need to cleanse from my life.
Oh, it'll happen, man.
It's so easy. All you have to do is start opening your mouth and they'll just scatter.
You can't handle me at my garlic breath. You don't deserve me at my mint breath.
Right? Right? That's how I know. I'll know the man who wants me. He'll be like, yeah, give me that garlic.
Dude,
He'll still kiss me.
yes, we're like channeling the garlic. We're like, yes. Maybe we are.
That's amazing. Oh, he's just mad because we're stalling. I'm just kidding. I love you,
Oh my
Chance.
God.
Oh, me too. Much more.
Ooh. I always get the sillies by the time we get to Taurus, man. I can't even help it.
Oh,
Bring on
that's
men
so
who
good.
love, right? Like, if you don't love garlic, we can't be friends. Never mind date, okay?
Garlic and onions, man.
Instead of must love dogs, must love garlic.
I'm gonna make that shirt now.
Hey, you know what? That would actually be an excellent way to like narrow. Okay, so instead of having this like big long list of like things that they need to like, check off, just garlic. That'll narrow it down quite a lot.
Oh,
It'll narrow it down quite a lot. You're welcome.
because you know
Dating
there's
tip
that
from
bro out
Katie.
there who's like, I can't stand a girl who eats too much garlic, and you're like, fine, I don't need you anyway.
Exactly.
This garlic tastes better than your love.
Word.
Dude, that's so funny.
Whew, love it. Aries. Okay, Aries. So like I said to Scorpio, your chart ruler is about to go retrograde. It's in the shadow period right now. So there's going to be very big life themes playing out this week that will continue to play out for the next 7 months. Gemini is your 3rd house. This is communications. Okay, literally the speech. This is tools, right? So this is like reassessing what tools are in your toolbox, literally and figuratively. Like Chance's tuning forks, those are tools, right? Your pencils, those are tools. Drill, that's a tool. I don't think you need any more examples, but there you go. So this is reassessing what kind of tools are in your toolbox. This is also the house of siblings and neighbors. So if you've got anything going down with siblings or neighbors, now's the time that you'll see it start to play out, right? So take the hint and address things as they come up. Don't leave anything to fester. Stacey, ain't nobody got time for that shit. Exactly. Rachel looks deep in thought.
I was like, one of you needs to get out of here. So Aries.
There can be only one.
there is only one this time. So
Okay.
So Aries, you have Berkana. That is that anger. Anger in the heart. Berkana is healing. It's birch. It's big mama energy. It's also has to do with that bloodline. Not just your mother, but your grandmother, your great grandmother. It's trees that clump together and make medicine. And if you're angry, you're not tapped into that wisdom because you're too busy being mad and having your heart hurt. What hurt your heart when it came to the feminine? Because whether anyone likes it or not, your parents are your first example of those energies, whether they're good or bad examples. And, people are people. They're going to make mistakes. So where did your heart get hurt by that energy? And is that something that you can heal? And Aries, you might enjoy this. Fun fact. When couples got married, they would each receive birch sticks that they would use to smack each other. And you would literally beat sickness out of somebody. It's a method. It's out there. I don't know how hard you don't have to hit very hard, but it is. I think the point is to get the blood to come to the surface and to get that circulation moving. So be playful. If you need to really beat the devil out, then do it. Do it.
I've never heard that for Berkana before, and it's my namesake. That's hilarious. Oh my god.
Speaking of Virgo, go back and watch Jenna Marble's video about her trying to paint like Bob Ross. She talks about smacking the devil out of the paintbrush, and it's hysterical.
Oh, Jenna Marbles. She's funny.
Classic.
That's hilarious. Cheney pipes back in after like an hour of silence. Kinky.
I mean, nice fever you got there. It'd be a shame if.
Come a little closer. Let me. Yeah, that's really funny.
Did I have the sniffles?
That tradition probably stopped for a reason. Stopped being fun.
Yeah, right.
Hey, but that's a good lesson in boundaries. When it stops being fun, you're being a bully.
Good point. That's a great point.
Yes.
Totally.
Aries.
Yes.
Yeah. Is it productive? Or is it just beating a dead horse now? Or, whatever. Yeah, totally. Such a thin line. There's such a thin line.
I'm sure there's more jokes in there, but I'm going to leave them. Janie wants one of us to pull a card when we're done. So, but she didn't say who, and I'll read you what she wrote after. Janie, oh my god. Okay. We'll get there though. One thing at a time. Aries, you got the 3 of Wands. This is awesome. The Lord of Established Strength. This is your card. Look at that. Sun and Aries. You see that? See the Sun? See the Aries? Sun and Aries. Hell yeah. Sun and Aries. Guess what? Sun is exalted in Aries. This is fabulous energy. This is about will, confidence, and achievement, and going for broke or going for gold. Both? I don't know. I think it's hilarious that Rachel's talking about this stick thing, and then you get the 3 of Wands. So who are you beating exactly?
Maybe it's just a sword fight. It's fun.
But I mean, it looks like it's fun. Looks like it's fun because underneath we got the 6 of Cups. And I mean, it's Scorpio, so Cheney psychically called it. She's like kinky, and then I pulled an Aries and a Scorpio card. That you know what I mean. Anyways, on a serious note, this is beautiful. This is really beautiful. Okay, this is confidence. Okay, and this is pleasure. What a great combination. The Six of Cups can be talking about, it can be talking about like nostalgia and looking back at the past and all of that stuff. And it can also be talking about like deep, intimate bonding with somebody. Both of these are sun cards. Okay. This is Sun in Aries and this is Sun in Scorpio, which points to there being something about this week and about the situation that you're in that is on some level in alignment with some higher purpose of yours. So that's really fucking beautiful. Oh, that's funny. Hey. That's cool. Wow, Mars. Holy Mars, man. That's a lot of Mars. Mars is great. So yeah, anyway. I love this. I love this energy for you, Aries. It's very fitting just for Aries in general. So just ride with it. I don't have anything bad to say about that, to be perfectly honest with you. I mean, I could find something if you really want me to, but I'm not gonna.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, beautiful.
There's repeating patterns.
That's a great call. Yes, there totally is.
Interesting.
3 of Wands in the Herbal deck is Saffron, which is gorgeous and beautiful. I mean, highly sought after, highly regarded, very, saffron's very expensive. It's a very precious herb that kind of one of those things where you need a lot of crocuses to harvest it'll take a lot of lots of crocuses for a little bit of saffron. So that's one of the reasons why it's so expensive, is because it just takes so many flowers to get like a decent sized harvest of saffron. It has a beautiful like yellow color that a lot of times is used to impart the yellow color or golden color into a dish, specifically rice. Saffron rice is very popular. This is a digestive herb. It can stimulate digestion. I think of this and I think of the crocus being like usually the first flower of spring. So it has a very just like, I don't know, like a beautiful beginning sort of thing going on here. So saffron is a gorgeous one. You can use saffron to dye fabric as well. The affirmation for saffron is, this is the first day of the rest of my life. I go forth with inner strength and confidence. So that's really beautiful. And then 6 of Cups, we're going back to the watermelon. So very cooling energy. Again, the seeds can be used for a urinary tonic. So here we got a theme with yellow. So the yellow saffron, yellow with the urine. That might be something to look at. So maybe it could have something to do. Solar plexus is yellow. Yeah, right? Or is that orange? I can be totally wrong on that, and I'm okay. But I'd love to know. Is it what chakra is associated with yellow? So that might have. Is it solar plexus?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so
pretty sure.
Something to think about. Maybe there's some energy there that wants to be worked with or moved. She's wearing a yellow cap here in the card as well. So there could be some correlation to that. And I'll read the affirmation once again for this. Lovingly I give, and lovingly I receive the gifts of our friendship.
I really love that for the 6 of Cups.
Yeah, it's great. I love it too. And the sweetness of watermelon. I mean, who can deny? I mean, not everybody likes watermelon, but it is one of the like sweetest fruits of the summer. So that's also something that could be looked at as well.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. I love that. I love that so much. We are successfully growing watermelon.
Sweet.
Yeah.
We've got one that's like this big. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. We do not have the zone for watermelon, but it's growing in our greenhouse. So I'm like, fuck yeah. Thank you, hot summer. Let's go.
Awesome.
Yeah,
that's sweet.
That's awesome. We've
That's
got
pretty
watermelon
exciting.
going too. And it is exciting. When you see it, you're just like, oh my God, it's a watermelon. You only just correlate it in the store in a big bin, you know? So yeah, that's super cool. I'm glad to hear that. I'm always glad to hear when people are growing something that they're like, I never knew I could grow it, and it's growing. So
Right?
super cool.
Speaking of growing stuff that we've never grown before that's growing successfully. So my mugwort, my mugwort's doing really good. I haven't picked a place for it to go yet, so I've just planted her in some like big deep pots. And it was so hot that like literally everything went to flower like really quickly in the garden. Just everything bolted unless it was not supposed to. But anyway, mugwort's flowering. Can I still use those leaves for tinctures? Will it still be like potent? Can I use the flowers? Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, you can use it all. It won't be, I would say, I mean, some people actually wait till it's flowering to use it. So it kind of depends on like what you're looking for. You're still going to get the properties of it for sure. Although I do tend to try and get it like right before it goes in the flower. Like even if are the flowers open or is it still budded up?
Most of them are open. There's one that's a little behind the others that they're not open yet.
Yeah.
But the other ones are open.
I mean, kind of use your intuition too. I feel like all plants you can harvest them like at different stages. I think you're gonna get different effects, so that might even be a good experiment. You know, you can also use mugwort roots, but not till the fall. You know, in the spring. But something to think about too. So if you went a little past the leaves and everything else, you could maybe try root this year or whatever. You know.
Cool. Okay, I'll play with it.
Totally.
Yeah, like there's lots of stuff where it's like you have to get it before it flowers, but I didn't know if mugwort was like that or not, so I figured I'd ask.
Yeah, totally. It's a good question.
Yeah, our basil too. It tastes totally different.
Yeah, it does. It's a little more bitter.
Yeah. I'm like, no. But anyway. Okay, so far we only have one person that wants a card, and it's Cheney, and she wants us to play rock, paper, scissors. So I don't know how we're gonna do this. Michelle, oh no.
It's like coming back the night that me and Mario were like, yeah, rock, paper, scissors, let's watch them do it. It's like, all right, here I am.
The timing is just so chaotic. I fucking can't. It's like it's so crazy. Oh my god. I think the build-up is even more fun. But anyway, okay. Okay, I'll read you what Cheney said too, because it's funny. I trust whatever needs to be said will be. No question. Hashtag witchy little bitchy or hashtag daddy vibes. No in between. I didn't know it had a message option. Hashtag Michelle Obama has a big duck.
And then after that one, hashtag truth.
Hashtag truth.
As you said before earlier.
Witchy little bitchy or daddy vibes, no in between. I'm like, okay.
No in between. Nope.
Pick a polarity, fucking damn it. Okay, rock, paper, scissors. Who wants to count?
I'll count.
Okay.
Yes.
Nose game.
I'm like, nose game. Oh my god. Thank you, Rachel. You're the best. Oh man. I gotta move the mic and shit. Okay.
Okay.
We'll do your
On
left
shoot.
hand. Fuck it.
All right.
Okay,
Okay,
but
on
no
shoot.
guns.
All right.
No guns.
No guns. Okay.
No guns, Kaylee. 1.
You sound like my government.
I hate your government. 2. 3.
Okay. Oh my god.
Shoot.
Damn it. Okay. You guys both got meow. Okay.
All right, Michelle.
All right.
Me.
All right, ready?
Yep.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Shoot.
Oh. All right, we got paper.
Paper. All right. 1, 2, 3. Shoot. I don't know what I was about to do, but it was not. Rock on.
Is that like a new like lightning skill? Like Rachel just upgraded to like some fucking lightning shit, like lightning, like
Maybe.
meow, like solo power or something.
All right, shall we do it one more?
Yeah.
What do you think? Okay.
One,
Well, yeah, somebody's got to win.
3, shoot.
Oh my God, sorry.
You guys, stop being psychic.
I know, right? We're on the level, dude.
Kaylee, you count.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Oh God. All right, are you guys ready for this? Y'all ready for this? Okay. Rock, paper, shocker. That hopped in my head too, but I didn't say it out loud. Cheney. Okay.
Let's say no.
1, 2. What the fuck, you guys? 3. Just shoot. Just fucking shoot. Just fuck.
Okay.
Fuck the counting part. Just shoot. Okay, start over. Start. Oh, okay.
All right,
Hey,
well,
we have a winner.
Okay.
That was chaos.
It was. Oh my God, it was. Wow, that was awesome. I think we did really good though with that. That was awesome. Okay.
That's great.
All right, I'm gonna bring my deck together.
Oh
Had
man.
it all separated, but I will shuffle.
Whew. That's hilarious.
Okay.
Oh my god. So if you guys want to pay us to play rock, paper, scissors, send us money.
Oy.
Oh my god.
I could pay for playing rock, paper, scissors. That sounds sweet.
Okay, I got 2 that fell out. 2 fell out. Okay. So we have the Page of Wands with it, which is Shepherd's Purse, which sorry, Cheney, not my strong suit. But I'm going to read from the book with this one. So Page of Wands. And if you ladies have any insights too, I'm totally I'm down to share this poll, but I don't know if that's breaking the rules though.
Breaking the law.
Okay. So Page of Wands, Earth of Fire. The Page of Wands depicts a youthful traveler looking at a sunrise. The card symbolizes the dawning of new opportunities. There is still a way to travel to achieve one's final goal, and there is the assurance of its presence in the not too distant future. The page symbolizes a youth who is looking for the best place to use his boundless enthusiasm and energy. Such an individual may need to come to the realization that his innate fear and insecurity is preventing a deepening of experience. Because of this, there is a tendency to hold himself back from the rewards and satisfaction of forming deep and lasting commitments. So Shepherd's Purse invigorates the life force within and helps one to recognize and implement talents and abilities that have been hidden. It strengthens the will and spiritual tenacity. For the keywords, we'll do that. Optimism, new dawn, hope, opportunity, acknowledging inner strength and talents. And the affirmation for you is, with all fears and insecurities aside, clarity and single-mindedness is the key to my success. So Shepherd's Purse. So maybe you could look into that herb and see a little bit more about how that might incorporate into your life somehow. Ooh, and then we got a poison plant. It's aconite. So, and that is the Knight of Wands. So 2 wands, and right next to each other. So that has been a theme as well this evening. And so this is Air of Fire. The Knight of Wands represents the expanding and volatilizing aspect of fire. He is an armored, hot-blooded warrior ready to take on a cause vigorously. If a woman draws the card, the Knight of Wands would be most like the character Brundala in Wagner's Ring Cycle, an enthusiastic female warrior whose exuberant personality tends to align with and champion various causes. The Knight of Wands is bold and unafraid to act quickly and with great courage. He must guard against becoming too macho and insensitive. Such an individual does best when he directs his competitive spirit to overcoming personal shortcomings and limitations rather than trying to dominate and control others who are of more yielding nature. If he is at all intelligent, he will learn for himself the power of or simplicity of yielding. It would be better for his life expression, however, if he could learn this sooner rather than later, for then he could direct his boundless energy and will to personal spiritual growth and service to others. So this is also known as monkshood. Okay, I didn't know that. Monkshood is one of the deadliest plants, and it can be found in the wild. It has this gorgeous... just this gorgeous purple, like, it looks like a monk wearing a hood. I mean, literally, it's very intriguing. And the thing with poison plants that I always like to talk about is that it's not that they can't be used. It's just that you want to use the dosage very wisely. So if you were to get in a tincture of this, with monkshood or the flower essence or something like that, you'd be using like drop doses. So you'd take like maybe 1 drop, and then you would wait and see how your body reacts, and then you could maybe take a second drop. And a lot of times the poison plants will be tested that way. So once you start to feel the effects, you'll know when to, to come back on the dose. So it's not that they can't be used. It's just like how you use them. And so that's why they kind of get a bad rap. Like people get scared of them, like, oh, that plant's poisonous, but it doesn't necessarily mean that the medicine is unusable. It's just that it's very, very, very potent. And so that is something to keep in mind. But if you look up monkshood online, if you can find pictures of it, it's super intriguing. And it's one of the plants that actually Mario really was drawn to when we were in Ireland, where we were staying. The woman had a beautiful garden and she was growing monkshood, and it's like it captivates you. You just want to like look at it and like look into the hood of those flowers. It's really special. So the affirmation is, however it may manifest, I have universal power at my command, and I can do and I can and do make a difference. So there you go. Knight of Wands and Page of Wands, Miss Cheney.
Beautiful. That was so funny. I don't know if you saw this. Michelle Andrea said Brungala. It sounds like a chick with axe wielding shoulders.
I gotta remember that for the next character I make.
Yeah, that's a great name. I've never heard beautiful. Of that, but it is beautiful.
That's cool.
Sweet. Cool.
Yeah, monkshood is very cool.
It is. I love the poison plants. It's like seriously one of my favorite rabbit holes. I'm just so intrigued by them. And there's a book by an author. Her name is Corinne Boyer, and I highly recommend all of her work. But she has a book called Plants of the Devil, and it's all about poison plants. It's all about any like plant that ever has an association with the devil. It's in there. And so she even goes into like elder and stuff that isn't like highly toxic or poisonous, but she's great. And if you ever come across her books, I just highly recommend just buy it because if you're into herbal lore at all and the history and the folk traditions of it, she's a great one. Nice. Glad to hear it. That's awesome.
That's sweet. That's so cool. That sounds like a book that I would probably really enjoy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She also has one called Under the Witching Tree, and it's all about trees and tree magic. That one's really great too because she has tons of recipes in there. Just many, many recipes of wines and meads and salves, and charms and all sorts of stuff.
What was her name?
Corinne Boyer. And she is located in Washington State. And she does have, I know she used to offer an apprenticeship, and I know she has some sort of online like classes that she does. Mario's seen her speak a couple times at some of the more like esoteric left-hand path like conferences in Portland, and she just weaves into that that network really well. She works a lot. Yeah, she works a lot with like she's not necromancy. It's not like she's like into necromancy, but she works a lot with like graveyards and using the dirt from like a gravesite, using bones, and how that was like a tradition throughout time. And it's just really interesting, like going to certain sites and gathering like the stones from a gravesite or the the dirt and incorporating that into like an altar piece or whatever. But with wisdom.
Yeah, I'm like,
working with that, or like really connecting with the ancestors in that way. That's like a beautiful way to do that too.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
Interesting. I would have never thought to do that. So Andrea sent me a little article or a little picture of the article about the birch thingies. Birch branch beating. So it's a common practice to use soft birch branches to beat your skin or others in the sauna. It may sound strange, but the beatings are believed to improve circulation and, as a bonus, help relieve mosquito bites. And I said, it actually reminds me of moxa. Right. You take lit mugwort. Yeah, moxibustion, exactly.
Totally.
Take lit mugwort or like smoldering mugwort and like yeah, I've had that done. It's fun. I couldn't stop. I felt so bad because I couldn't stop giggling the whole time.
No.
And it's like this like Indian man. I'm like, I'm so sorry. Like...
There's actually a banya here, and I haven't been able to go to it because of COVID. But I think that's something that they do at the banya, which is like a Russian bathhouse. So it's like,
that's awesome.
Right? That sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Andrea.
I hate you with dandelions. Take it as a compliment.
That's funny. Oh my god, you guys. That's some hilarious shit. Okay, cool. All right, cool. Oh, okay. All right. Apparently we're losing my voice. Yeah, if anybody else, this is the last call. Last call for cards. Last call. I'm sure I'll bring Michelle back, but
yeah, this was beautiful. I had such a good time. Oh my god. I mean,
This
I
was
love
fun.
watching, so it was just like super fun to be included and just like bring the herbs to it. That was really fun. I like it. Good combo.
Right? Super appropriate for Virgo season in general. And yeah, I love learning about new herbs, and like 90% of what you pulled, I was like, I've never heard of that one. So that's cool.
Well, I do recommend this deck if people are wanting it, but it's so Michael Tierra, he is a pretty well-known herbalist like in the herbal community, and then his wife, I'm pretty sure his wife was the one that wrote the entries, and then he helped with the medicinal side of the herbs. The illustrations are all right, but I just really love the energy of all the entries and stuff like that. I've always found it very helpful. So this is a good one if you're wanting to explore it a little bit more. It's hard to find the book. So if you are somewhere and you see the deck and the book and you want it, just snatch it up because the book is kind of rare. The deck's easy to find, but the book is a little bit harder to find.
Weird.
Yeah.
They don't sell them together in like a box?
Not that, I mean, they might, but I remember I bought it at like a book sale. And I'm like, oh my God, it has the book with it. Like I've seen it so many times just as the deck itself. And for whatever reason, I haven't seen it like together, but that's why I snatched it up right away. Yeah.
No doubt. Oh my God, I'm yawning a whole bunch now. Okay, my friends, thank you for joining us. This was super fun. Thank you so much, Michelle. Oh, tell us about your website and your
yes.
monthly offerings.
Yeah, so I've got michelleshealinghome.com. You can go there and find out what I've got going on. I also do a monthly newsletter that is comes out on every full moon, and with that newsletter comes out product. So I do pretty small batch stuff, and so every moon I'll have a new product that's coming out. And right now, actually, it's pretty appropriate. I have my Rest Easy set, which is basically a tincture of hops, blue vervain, and motherwort. And the set comes with a fresh lavender anointing oil. So it's kind of like I created it to help take the edge off before sleep. And you can also use the tincture as a means to calm anxiety or panic. But those three herbs together work really well. And then with the lavender, it's really nice. So that was my last month's offering. Still have a few of those available. And the next one's coming out on the 10th of September, I believe the full moon is. So yeah, the next one will come up soon. You can sign up for that on my website.
Oh
yeah. Thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah, dude. I'm sure most people here already know who you are, but just in case, because there's other people that aren't in the community that pop in here. So
that's true. Thank you.
Word. Cool.
Yeah.
All right, my friends. Have a good week. Good luck out there. Godspeed. Be courageous. You got this. Like, what else can I say? That's it. Okay.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Nighty night.